was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front seat. Get my meals, I'm gunning for the money. Money in the bank. Come on with a dank. Skrilling in the tank. Rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy, Jeff. I am Freddie from Woodward Sports' Morning Woodward Show. You're not Spencer Raxter.
No, I'm not. I'm actually much thinner than Spencer Raxter. I don't fit the mold of a heavyweight, but they do call me the closer. We opened up the network for the Morning Woodward Show. Now we're closing it out. D-Book style, by the way. You saw D-Book last night. Yeah. I almost wore my jersey again. I almost did, but I didn't. I didn't want to go all the way, but D-Book was cooking last night.
I miss being around the office sometimes for shit like that.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's a blast. I mean, we're back there. We're debating Bijan Robinson. You know, it is what it is. Just random things. Not really debating them, but it's all just sports talk. Yeah. What it is all day here. I mean, whether it's sports, life. Funny, I mean, if people who aren't able to see it, D-Mac just came in the studio before the show, and we're chopping it up about life. I love it here. It's awesome.
1,000%. Speaking of D-Mac, he had an interaction with young Chris in the TD booth.
Yes, he did.
What did he call you before you left? What was that?
I forget. I was so busy focused on getting everything ready. I forget what he called me. But shout out to D-Mac.
Shout out to D-Mac. I do appreciate you, by the way. Yeah. Do I say that this guy's in the room right now or what?
Put him in the room.
Is it legal?
You want to put him in the room? Do we put him in the room?
Yeah.
We have. I think this is heavyweight debut. Booner!
Chilling in this chair. Booner!
I don't know if anyone can hear me, but it's not my heavyweight debut.
It's not your heavy. Oh yeah, you were. You were on for like 5 seconds one time.
With Spencer and Lucas.
Just the three of you in that chair?
Not in this chair together. That would be. I mean, hopefully Spencer's not on top of that either.
JB Smooth. Hey, JB was so motivated by the new sponsor, Dispo and Romeo. This dude was sending me like action shots. He put the hat on the mic.
Oh yeah, I have to represent, yo.
You sent me a little light skin pose. Like, hey. I appreciate that. I was like, should I post these? He's like, yeah, go ahead. I'll send you more. And then the next one he sent me was of you. And I was like, well, I'm not.
No, don't send that.
I'm not gonna post like the picture. That's come on. I mean,
but the two I did send you, I was like, gotta represent. Like,
the one was fire. By the way, on my Instagram @SpeakySports_. All right, news was breaking while I was working.
Well, by the way, can I say also this is what frustrates me. Not a lot of things frustrate me about doing the Morning Woodward Show. I love it.
Yeah.
But the one thing is, I always miss things like this.
It does. Because
I miss the JMO news. Me and Adam talking about JMO, and I'll quote it because I don't mind bringing it up. I think it's funny. Yesterday, Ryan Ermanni on Ermanni and Edwards, when he brought up the Brad Holmes' response to Jameson Williams, and his response was simply, he was here yesterday. It was pretty quiet after that. It's very clear cut. Ryan brought up, well, if he was fine and he was doing everything he was supposed to do, shouldn't Brad just, go the extra mile to defend J-Mo and explain, the situation rather than just saying a couple words? And me and Adam addressed it in the Morning Woodward Show. And me and Adam were like, he's fine. There's nothing wrong. I mean, obviously, we didn't know all the betting stuff that would come out.
Yeah.
And then there you have it, 11:30 hits, J-Mo.
Yeah.
Among others, other Lions players as well, but... Man, it's a shame. And it's Friday. Can't talk about it. I got to wait till Monday to talk about it. You guys got to tune in. But I'm going to get a lot of my thoughts out today on the Woodward Heavyweights.
I was going to say, you have a platform right now.
No, I'm spitting it today. I'm letting it fly.
Let's go.
I really am. I can't wait.
All right. I'm going to save that for like the first official segment of the show. I do want to talk a little bit of hoops just because I know young Chris in the TD booth. I almost slipped up there.
I know you did.
I almost slipped up there.
I was waiting for it. I was ready.
By the way, if you guys haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream, and leave us a 5-star review on all podcast platforms. But we got young Chris who's feeding talk basketball. We got Jeff Freddie of Woodward Pistons, another basketball fiend, if you will. By the way, Jeff, weren't we telling these young gentlemen in the group chat that the Suns were going to be okay? Like, can we relax a little bit?
Yeah, listen, I don't want to pull a Neil Rule, but I was told. That the Suns would, they were down and out.
They're in danger.
That's what I was told. And then Kawhi Leonard, Mr. I'm healthy for the first 2 games, but then my knee hurts, so I'm missing the 3rd game. Leonard. That's the whole middle part of his name, if you didn't catch the drift. Kawhi Leonard, most confusing man in the NBA with dealing with injuries. But yeah, the Suns are going to be just fine. They really are. Katie and D-Book are a problem.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is.
It's funny, too, because, like...
everything's going to be fine.
Jeff's in, like, all of our group texts. And, like, we'll have back and forth. Boone and I had an extensive back and forth this week. And it was truly just me trolling you at that point. I thought like, I was getting trolled. I don't know what the hell that was. But, Jeff never takes part in them, really. Jeff rarely ever replies.
There's too many.
You would literally call this. What's Spenny call you in the fuckboy chat?
Called me a lot of things. All right, Spenny, I love Spenny, but he's called me a lot of funny things, by the way.
Snitch. Or I'm sorry, not like that.
Yes.
That's not bad.
He implied that I would. It's like the guy in the group
ops.
chat, and I'm sure listeners would understand this. You have one friend in a group chat who's not chiming in too often, and you're talking, about whatever in life, and you're thinking, this guy's a snitch, man. He hasn't said anything in like a week. In reality. And I'm here to defend.
What is going on? I need something. Yeah, I need to know what's going on.
And I'm here to defend your friend.
You just not give a fuck about us or what?
No, listen. And I'm here to defend your guys' friends that do that. There's too many texts to catch up with.
So you can't read. Jeff Freddy struggle to read.
I can't read.
We're breaking news already.
I can read, but if I'm missing it, and I feel like you're the type of person, I know you are, where if you go check your messages, you got like 400 unread messages in there.
Fuck that.
See, I know you do. Yeah. So for me, I check
when the thought hits me, like, oh yeah, they did text me.
If the group chat has like 150 missed texts, I'm going, yep, nope.
Yeah,
I'm good.
If I were to screenshot my phone right now, it's like 200 misread.
See, I know you're that guy. Yeah. See, I just won't partake. If you guys are in a debate, which we get into a lot, obviously, if we do this for a living, and you guys are debating for hours about something that I already have an opinion on, and I don't want to chime in because I know it's a warfare in that group chat. Yeah. I'm butting out. I'm gonna let the boys go at it. I already had a side, and we'll get to it. I don't know if you guys have kind of talked about it on the show already, have you? The Draymond Green stuff. Even though I disagree with Booner. I didn't feel like my input was needed. You were kind of, no offense, Booner, but maybe he was kind of cooking them as it is. So I didn't feel like I needed to get in there. I didn't. I'm sorry, Booner. You were getting cooked a little bit. All right. I ain't gonna lie.
Booner was definitely getting cooked. I love him though. I love him. You heard over that clip, huh? The one I put on Instagram? Yeah.
No, Eazy, and if anyone wants to know, Eazy likes to take people's words, and he'll take like 2 or 3 words, put them together to make his argument.
I can't confirm.
And he put a clip out of me. Hold on. He posted a clip on social of me saying Eazy was right for something that was not even with the argument. Completely different argument. That is insane.
History lesson. Do you guys remember when you did the same thing to me with Ivy?
Before either of you carry on with this.
Okay,
this
defend yourself. Defend yourself.
Blasphemy.
Defend yourself.
It's truth.
These are words you said. I didn't make you say these words. You said Easy's wrong. Don't listen to him. He doesn't know nothing about basketball. You said that.
No, I said you were wrong because you, on our show, you came on and you said Draymond Green Sabonis didn't wrap Draymond Green's leg up. And then right after that, I said, Eazy, you are dead wrong. He wrapped his leg up. And you just clipped that one part and you put it up on social. That's great. That's out of context.
But specifically,
you don't do that.
Specifically, you said,
okay,
Eazy doesn't know nothing about basketball. Don't listen to him.
I did, because how many games do you watch a year?
You said it.
3.
You said it.
Booter, pull
and then you said, they need that ball.
You
said it. I didn't make you say these things.
No, all I said was he needs the ball in his hands.
Yes.
Like any good guard does. It's like not even science. Like it's a fact. Like he needs the ball in his hands.
That's your situation. I was so confused why you're mad because I'm like, well,
yeah. I might have. Look, I don't got to get into that.
No, because
looking back,
looking back, Twitter. Yeah,
looking back, people were way too butthurt about that. But
Pistons Twitter is toxic.
No, it is. It's terrible.
It's a bad.
I mean, even if you go on Lions Twitter right now, a lot of JMO, which I want to get into with you because we haven't even talked about it yet, and I'm curious what side you're coming from because I've seen a lot of both. I've seen a lot of negativity, and in my opinion, unrightfully so, towards JMO, and I've seen a side that is defending him. So but that's the breaking news.
The whole purpose of like the group text conversation too was like the whole Clippers debate Lucas and I was having in there. The only time because Jeff never responds, popped up one time was like Clips or Suns in 5.
Yeah,
and just cut back into the dark.
And then I cubed it. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, Booner, you're done. Yeah, Clips. I said Suns in 5.
Yeah, Suns in 5.
I was like, oh, that sounds great, but Suns in 5.
Yeah. Chris, you got a playoff update for us?
What do you want to be updated on? What series?
Everything. You tell me. You tell me what's the most popular series. What's
your favorite series? What are you locked into?
My favorite series was going to be Phoenix and the Clippers because
keyword was.
Yeah. With it going the way it's going, I think it's going to be as sloppy as it is. I think it's going to be Knicks Cavs is going to be my favorite series. I think that's the one that's going to go the most distance.
Yeah,
really?
I'm with them. Yeah,
I really
Knicks
think
Cavs.
It's the best 4-5 matchup in year. I mean, quite frankly, it is, dude.
What do you mean by 4-5 matchup?
Like fourth seed versus 5 seed.
Yeah, like even two teams. Star power favors Cleveland, but in terms of their team on how they're constructed.
Yeah.
It's a battle.
But
I
that's
love
the
it.
problem with the Cavs
star
is
power.
outside of the star power, outside of the four, it's like
tough.
it gets very thin on the front line, and the coach doesn't even trust Rubio. He'll give him like 2 minutes to play, and then he'll yank him. Like, it's just a really weird series. Donovan shot 28 shots one game, 11 the next. Like, Cleveland's just got a lot of growing and figuring out to do. And Jalen Brunson is really just balling, and Julius Randle's balling. I mean, Julius Randle has been absolutely fixed by Jalen Brunson. It's crazy to think about what Julius Randle was a year ago and what he is now.
Those two, it's like the greatest both 2 second option guys ever. It's like the best 1-2 punch. It's 2-2 punch, I guess you'd call it. But it's entertaining, man. I mean, quite frankly, I've been tuned into the playoffs, and I know Kyle has as well. Kyle says, WoodwardSports.com, Jeff's a heavyweight from the waist down. Plenty of ladies in town know what I'm talking about. I mean,
You sick fuck. What is wrong with you?
Hey, bro, relax.
you know what I mean?
Jesus,
Dude,
we don't even get that nasty.
Why do you need Kyle
What are
to
you
confirm that
doing?
for you, though?
All right, Paul. Yeah, maybe I don't need Kyle to confirm that for me. But
Flood
hey,
coming
listen,
in from Lady Jane's room right here. I'm joking.
I'll take that.
For those of you who are curious where Kung Fu Spinny is, he's serving his weekend sentence in jail until what? How many more weeks has he got? 4.
So he's out of jail?
He does like the weekend jails. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like a D-list celebrity, so they cut him like a little bit of a break. So like, okay, you don't got to do like 30 days straight. Just come in at Friday, clock in at 4, and we'll do your jail time from 4 to Sunday 12 a.m. at night, and he gets to go home.
Like he says, I'm a Woodward heavyweight, and they're like, well, maybe we could find a way to make it both.
It's not like all the time jail. It's just like, okay, well then, like, because you have a job, we want you to keep your job. You made it to a D-list celebrity. It's kind of respectable. So like, well, you can spend your jail time just on the weekends. That's what you do.
And by the way, I talked to Spencer yesterday, and that man has such bad luck. It's not even funny, man. Like the amount of unfortunate
That's kind
stuff.
of good luck though, because that could have been worse.
Well, yes, that's true.
In reality,
I guess in that context,
he got in an accident.
yeah.
I don't know if he cared. Did he want that information out? I don't know.
He put it in the chat already.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, someone rear-ended him.
Found out he had herpes. What?
Under the influence too. So thank God Spencer's okay. Number one, that's first and foremost. But number two, I'm gonna hold it down for him today. But he'll be back Monday.
Yeah.
He'll be back.
Sick. Your perverted jokes over there.
Hey man.
The morning. I think the heavyweight is raunchy, and then we always ask JB like, which show you gotta edit the most? Which show you gotta keep that mute button close, JB? And we're expecting it to be the heavyweight. She said, no, it's the Morning Woodward show. All because of Jeff.
Hey, for me, JB.
No, it was Ermanni, Edwards, and Maz. Just because I don't know what any of those three might say like off mic, and I'm just like, oh, you
That's
guys
fair.
got careers, gotta chill.
That is true. They do have bigger reps to protect than us.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
We got nothing to lose, baby. Let it fly.
So I really can't forward. One thing I will say,
Almost went full
what's cool
cousin.
about like our era of like I guess media is like you can kind of say what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like Barstool's a thing. They like tell people to suck their dicks and stuff like that. Like I don't know. I feel like you're open. You're more open to be yourself because everyone's like still
At the end of the
sponsored and
day,
stuff like that.
At the end of the day, you have all the leverage.
Yeah.
And the jackass on Twitter who called you a clown with a clown emoji is going to watch you tomorrow.
That felt oddly specific.
So no, I
Just like Kyle.
hey, luckily you're
felt very specific.
luckily I come correct, so I don't get the clown emojis, but still, all that hate stuff, man. It is what it is. Social media, welcome to it.
For the people who can't bounce back from the hate on social media, where should they go?
Well, let me tell you about them.
SMA, right?
Yes, let me tell you about SMA guys and
talk
girls.
about that. That's my bad.
No, it's okay. The sports marketing agency, they help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com for more information.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, one for you, one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Let one of our talented, award-winning stylists make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
What up, though? Welcome back to WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Juicy Jeff Freddy. That actually stuck. Juicy stuck.
Yeah, it did. Now I
You
prefer
cooled it now, right?
I prefer Juice, but if you want to add the Y at the end, we'll take Juicy.
Kanye's not a big Jeff Freddy fan.
Because D-Mac calls me Juice. So if D-Mac can do it, if D-Mac can do it, y'all can do it. All right. Juicy to me sounds like a mix between like a male stripper and no, I think it's just a male stripper actually.
And a morning show host.
No, shut up. Shut up.
Yo, Juicy J.
Kind of spot on if you ask me. I'm just saying.
But then Juice. I mean, O.J. Simpson. Like, is it a good kind of taste? I don't know. Like, is Juice good? Like,
he was good.
Well, he was good. But he also did it.
They could never catch him. They can never catch him back
He
in the
also
day.
did it. All right.
Juicy J, legend. So
Yeah,
you know
there you
what I
go.
mean.
I love it.
You're Juicy Jeff, though.
Yeah, I mean, does that make it
still-
better? Like, yeah, Jeff at the end. I think it makes it worse. But
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. Nicknames, I don't care. It is what it is. That stuck. Who called me at first is the question. I don't even.
Do you know who? No? I'm not saying that.
Okay, then never
Not
mind.
here.
Move
No,
on.
do we?
No, I don't know.
Do you want to?
No, I don't know who.
We found a talking dog in the alley. You just called him Juicy. All right, we know what you guys want to talk about. All right, it's the breaking news of the day. I'm actually, Jeff, I'm going to allow you to introduce the topic because I am not as informed as you are.
So I just want to go through. This was recently reported early on today, and many of you have already kind of known this. Jameson Williams, wide receiver, among others, but the main one, Jameson Williams, and 2 other Lions, including other players as well. I mean, I'll run through them all just so everybody gets context. If you didn't know this, which if you didn't, are you living under a rock? Number 1, Jameson Williams, Quintez Cephas, C.J. Moore, all 3 Lions players. C.J. Moore actually just got an extension recently. You got Commanders defensive end Shaka Toney, and then actually another wide receiver for the Lions. Excuse me, it's 4 Lions players. Stanley Berryhill, who's a special teamer, didn't really play at all. Those guys all.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that? All those guys got suspensions. The only 2 that got 6-game suspensions are Jameson and Stanley Berryhill. The rest of the players are indefinitely suspended. Which, again, I mean, it's pretty significant. Obviously, Calvin Ridley, as we know, last year, while he was injured, bet on actually the Falcons, bet on his own team. I can't remember if it was to win or lose. I think it was to win, actually.
I think it was to win,
I think it was to win, and he still got suspended a year. Again, people don't understand, too. Like, when you go on these apps, they track your location, and you have to use your real, they know your information.
Your
the NFL
real-time
spends,
location.
like, with all the money that's going into the NFL right now with gambling or just sports in general, they're going to make sure the integrity of the game is in question. So I don't even know why they'd even attempt this. But anyway, a handful of players get suspended. And for Jameson specifically, this comes as a little bit of a shock. I mean, with the whole Brad Holmes, even, the press conference when he alluded to it, no one assumed it was betting. Like, everyone assumed, is he doing everything he's supposed to be doing? Apparently, Jameson Williams didn't even bet on his own sport. He bet on college basketball, and I believe it was March Madness. So, and the Lions knew about this for some time now, and the suspension was handed out. It'll start this year. And I want to run through financially, actually, what he would be missing out on, because there's also financial consequences to this. He'll lose, and this is on MLive. This is per Kyle Meineke, who does a really good job. He wrote an article on it. It said Williams will lose $382,000 in salary while serving his 6-game ban to start next season, while another $6.8 million of his future salary is no longer guaranteed. So
wow.
although no one wants to lose over $300,000, Williams now is endangered of losing some very real money if he doesn't find his way in the NFL. So there you have it. It's new news. This is a player that you kind of knew what you were signing up for. Brad knew what he was signing up for when you drafted him. You knew you'd have to be patient. Yeah. But this was it, Eazy. Like, this is why I argue so much with guys in the back about drafting a wide receiver, is because, hey, you got J-Mo, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, but now you really, you want to look at the depth chart right now without J-Mo. You got what? You got Marvin Jones, Amon-Ra St. Brown, clearly. Marvin Jones, Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond. Like, easy. Like, this is a big deal for the first 6 games, too, which, again, we look back on last year and the previous year, the Lions have had slow starts, and this is a big season. You want to correct that. Now you won't have, arguably, your Ferrari at wide receiver for the first 6 games. So it's pretty significant.
Yeah, and you have the loss of DJ Chark to add on top of that, too, that I think a lot of people are forgetting about as
another
well.
One. Yeah.
And the Detroit Lions, you can say that they performed pretty well without Jameson Williams being active, but like you said, that they did still start slow. And now the absence of DJ Chark and Jameson Williams, it's a lot to take in. Is there information on what he bet on specifically?
So that's actually
college
the next
basketball, NBA,
specific, and I'll find out more specific details. But all I've heard is it wasn't on the NFL. Quintez, C.J. Moore, Shaka Toney, all bet on NFL games, which is big no. That idiotic.
What's that third? There's no fucking way that's a real name. Shaka Toney.
Yes.
I know it's the real name, but
no.
What is that? I'm sorry. You keep saying it. I'm like, this is the wildest fucking name.
But you're okay with Stanley Berryhill.
That's
you're cool
also
with
a fake name. Yeah,
I was gonna say.
If you got pulled over, you told the cop your name's Stanley Berryhill. There's no way he's buying that shit.
I think they actually put his name he used in FanDuel, Stanley Berryhill. There's no way this man's name is Stanley Berryhill. But joking all aside,
passed down generation to generation.
Yeah, Berryhill. But anyway, regardless, Quintez, C.J. Moore both cut. So, again, not that C.J. Moore, maybe, I like C.J. Moore, but he just signed an extension. But, come on. I want to read some of these, too. Maz actually, shout out to Maz for this.
Shout out.
Gave me, and you, technically, for the heavyweights, to use. It's the gambling policy and how it works in the NFL. I want to read some of these rules, and you'll know where J-Mo messed up. It says, first rule, all NFL personnel are banned from gambling on any sport, which is defined by 3 substances, including prize, chance, or consideration. Whether wagers are with sports books or in private, etc., players, family, friends, they violate the policy. All NFL part and full-time employees are banned from fixing games and trading inside information, including injury updates or personnel decisions. During the season, all NFL personnel must not enter a sports book. NFL personnel is not allowed to promote or endorse anything that involves gambling. NFL personnel may not take any gifts from any betting entity if the value set exceeds the gift exceeds $250. NFL personnel are not allowed to participate in daily fantasy football leagues. Personnel may participate in season-long fantasy football leagues with a prize, provided the winner doesn't receive more than $250. It's like no one's doing that. Yeah, you're not doing that. All NFL employees who incur a gambling debt of more than $10,000 must notify the NFL security department. So that's just a simple explanation of the gambling policy. Now, the specifics on where you can gamble, all that stuff factors into J-Mo, because they say on NFL grounds, as in practice facility, et cetera, stuff like that, your team's properties, you can't place a bet. Now, I don't know if J-Mo was in his car. I think that was reported. Even if he's outside the facility in his car, you can't place a bet. So that's probably where the misconception came in. And I want to read J-Mo.
Also said like any sport too, right? Like just in general, you just can't.
You can't bet at all on any grounds. Now, NFL games and all that stuff, you can't bet at all.
Yeah.
But sports, I think, is just on the grounds. Like J-Mo, if he went home and bet on March Madness, he'd be fine. But he bet in the facility, or near the facility, which then is now he gets consequences. So NFL games, no, you can't bet on any NFL games. Sports in general, yes, if you're off of if you're not in in the vicinity of your whatever team you play for, like practice facility,
not on
Ford
NFL
Field.
grounds.
Yes, that's how it works.
See, I read that, and like for me, if that was just explained to me in any situation, simple situation, in my brain, I'm just like, cool, not gonna bet on a single fucking thing. Sounds like I just can't bet. I'm not going to play the game where, I'll do it here or I'll do it there. Like, not going to bet. And I don't want to. I'm not going to sit up here and bash J-Mo. I don't think you need to be a rocket scientist. No disrespect to anybody that played the wide receiver position. I respect everybody who's made it to a professional league of any sport. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I need a wide receiver to be a rocket scientist or a genius or anything like that. Some guys just ball. That's just what they do. Jameson Williams balls. That's what he does. I'm not trying to solve his intelligence or anything like that, but, like, what are you thinking? What do you think? It just feels like the simple, like, don't gamble.
Yeah, especially, and the problem is, too, because Braylon did a good job of at least, giving the player side, like, maybe J-Mo didn't know these specific rules, but number one, like, if you're a professional athlete, you make millions of dollars, and there's going to be rules that apply to you that don't apply to everybody else. That's hence why you're on that level. You're a professional athlete. You're getting paid millions of dollars. You're doing something that a small percentage on anybody on planet Earth can do. So with that being said, you have to abide by certain rules. And one of those rules is you can't bet. I know it sounds stupid because people would say, well, Jeff, he just placed a bet. It wasn't even on on an NFL game. I understand that, but the rules are very clear. And the NFL even came out and kind of expressed that even more, considering Calvin Ridley got banned last year.
Yeah.
Like players need to look around and see, okay, listen, Calvin Ridley got banned for betting on his own team. And I'm talking mainly to Quintez and CJ Moore. Like, those guys bet on the NFL. That's a big no-no. I'm really talking to more of those guys than J-Mo. J-Mo just needs to know, period. His agency came out with a statement, and I want to read this too. And it was from Alliance Sports, which the agency that represents him. It says, Jameson takes full responsibility for his actions and is very apologetic to the NFL, his teammates, and the fans of the city of Detroit. Alliance Sports said, however, it is important to note that Jameson's violation was not for betting on football, but rather due to a technical rule regarding the actual location in which the outline bet was placed. Excuse me. In which would otherwise be allowed in the NFL outside of the club's facility. So it's not the bet he placed, it's where he placed it, essentially. And it says Jameson would never intentionally jeopardize the integrity of the game he loves so much and looks forward to getting back to his team as soon as possible. So, like, I guess his agency put it in a pretty good way. It doesn't change. He still gets suspended 6 games, but at least I just don't like the narrative about J-Mo getting out of, is he on bust watch?
Yeah.
Because it's like, dude, are you dumb?
So quick to do that.
Are you dumb? Like, that's what I say to those people. Like, Neil nailed it today. Like, did he lose talent? Like,
yeah. That's great.
Like, now, is it frustrating that he should have known better?
W for Neil. Right there.
I knew you.
Rare
you and Neil's rivalry,
Neil.
I love so much. See, it's like, could I be frustrated that he should have known better? You want him at the beginning of the season? Yes, you're absolutely right. Does it change the fact that I'm excited to see J-Mo and still think he'll be one of the top wide receivers in this league? No, doesn't.
There's so many ways to break this down and look at it. I agree with you too. I don't want to. I don't want to demean Jameson Williams for this. It's, like you said, it wasn't an NFL game. It's a weird rule. Did he get broken ultimately at the end of the day? Yes. It's still a weird one. The Lions still seem to have a good season after their slow start last year, so I don't see why they couldn't do this year. But there's some other ways to look at this too, like how does this affect the draft? How does this affect your predictions on the season? And we're going to get to all that and more, but not before I tell you guys about Alta Equipment. Because at Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment. Got all this stuff. I'm out of sync without my guy spinning. That was weird to have to do that. Anyway, Alta Rinse got everything you need to get the job done. You got a project coming up? Alta Rinse got you covered. Make sure you guys give them a call today. 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment, where
uptime
matters. Thank you, Chris. Shout out.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros Coast to Joe's. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Jumpin' Puck. Saturdays, 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy, Jeff Iafredi, Juicy Jeff. I'm so used to saying Kung Fu Spinny, I almost did it again. We got young Chris in the TD booth. JB Smooth, the ones and twos, and a booner coming fresh off an L. I'm joking. I'm sorry. That was me. I shouldn't have did that. You took enough abuse this week.
Oh, I'm 2-0 versus you.
You're 0-1. Actually, you're 1-1. You're 1-1.
Say LeVar Ball. Never
You're
lost.
1-1.
2-0.
Definitely 1-1, but you're just done talking.
Worst
We're
case,
moving on to
1-1.
other things.
Well, wait, you admitted a loss?
Yeah, I do. I don't get why people pretend like I play this like.
Who'd you lose? Who'd you lose to?
No, Booner got me on one. I don't remember what it was, but 1-1.
Ben Johnson.
Of course you don't know what it was.
Ben Johnson staying. That's what it was. It was Ben Johnson staying.
Is that really was that really a debate? Or was it just like, I think he'll leave, and he's like, I think he'll stay?
Yeah.
Or it wasn't like heated like...
The guy needs some confidence. Look at this guy.
No.
Put
It was a
camera on Booner.
debate. I sat in this chair, and we debated it.
I
It
don't
was
know if it
my
was a
first
debate.
time on the heavies. Easy was, you're not leaving, or you're leaving if you get the bag. You're not staying in Detroit. And I came with facts.
You don't even remember what you said. None of
And
us
a
remember.
day later, the report came out that he signed an extension.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
All right, the kid clearly needs confidence, so I figured I'd throw him a bone. Look at him. All right. I want to talk about how the Jameson Williams stuff affects the draft, because I mentioned it in the first part of the show, and I think this is like being forgotten about, is like the Detroit Lions are down another wide receiver before being down Jameson Williams. Like when you lost DJ Chark in free agency, I feel like the conversation was like, cool. It sucks, but like a lot of the fans were saying, we got Jameson Williams. Makes sense. All right, cool. Jameson Williams showed some promise last year. Boom, 6-game suspension. You're now going down DJ Chark and Jameson Williams.
Right.
Do the Detroit Lions need to address the wide receiver position in the draft now? Is this change?
I think they do. But I wouldn't go as far as to say take one at 18, because you could still get a Jalen Hyatt, which I like a lot. There's other wide receivers, an A.T. Perry. Like, there's a couple options you can get mid-round that I think would be viable. Maybe have Nathaniel Dell. I don't know. There's a lot of options. For me, I'm not willing to say 18 Quentin Johnston. I think there's two players, and we always bring up scenarios, especially on the Morning Woodward show when we talk about it. I'm sure you guys do here on the heavyweights. There's so many different ways the Lions can go in this. I would prefer 2 defensive players or a quarterback and a defensive player. That's the route I'm going. I'm out on, wide receivers at 18. I would even take Bijan at 18. I've said that before because I believe he's just a weapon. But I wouldn't go as far as to say they got to take one now in the first round. I'm not going to hit the panic button. Jameson's coming back after 6, and his role, what he was supposed to do, will resume then. So I don't think it's time to panic. It's not like J-Mo's now cut. He's never coming back. But yes, they have to at least look at some options. You can't run out there with, Marvin Jones and Amon-Ra and say, all right, boys, let's go conquer the world. Like, you're going to need at least one more addition. I think they'll do it mid-rounds, not in the first round.
I'm with you to it. And like, to the point of the Detroit Lions, like, drafting a wide receiver, I don't even know if they necessarily, like, revolved around the situation with Jameson Williams. I think there was a conversation we've been having for the Detroit Lions along with DJ Chark's departure. Like, we've kind of been talking about, like, yeah, why not go grab another wide receiver?
Right.
We've kind of, at least me personally, I've liked the idea of Jalen Hyatt especially. I think he's a big body guy with some speed. Guess what DJ Chark was? A big body guy with some speed. Like, I think we're already kind of like looking at those types of prospects. I don't think the Jameson Williams suspension necessarily like magnifies that as a need for you. It's only 6 games. You have Jameson Williams on 4 years still remaining on this deal because you get a 5th-year option with him.
Yep.
Like, some people may say it may affect the draft. I don't know. Booner, do you think they need to address the wide receiver position a little bit sooner now or what?
I've said it before. I think it would, if you address it, I like kind of like the second round or later.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mentioned it. I told you the other day, like a Jalen Hyatt, if he's available in round 2 at your pick, that's who I would go. But 18, it's a hard pass.
Would you? Would you take one at 18? Like, and pass over, one of the I guess I don't even know if you classify him as like a top tier corner, but whoever. No. I like some of the corners that'll be there. I think there'll be some good options at 18. So
no, I don't think so. I mean, JSN is the one guy,
but I think he'll be gone by then.
Exactly,
he's too good. At least he should be. And, we'll see, but he should be.
Yeah, I don't necessarily not at 18. I did like Quentin Johnston for a long time. Not a long time, short time, honestly. But yeah. I did like the idea of him as a prospect for the Detroit Lions. But no, not at 18. It's just too early. And to be honest with you, like, yeah, Brad traded up for Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams is more than just like a wide receiver. Like, I'm just like you. I don't like the idea of drafting wide receivers in the first round, but Jamo's much more than that. He's got that speed, the game-breaking speed that you can't teach, and it clearly has an effect in the league when you look at guys like, honestly, Deshaun Jackson stayed around the league for a very long time because of his speed. You look at Tyreek Hill, undersized, be able to be looked at as a number one wide receiver, although some people think of him as a slot wide receiver, but still, like pound for pound, you look at the numbers, he's one of the best. Some people may even say the best, and it's because of his speed. Like, speed kills, and so Jamo's a little bit different when they moved up and made the trade for him, but I'm cool with, I think wide receivers should be taken later on because there's so much more evidence of wide receivers being great in later rounds. Matter of fact, there's one on this team right now, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4th round pick for the Detroit Lions.
Right.
That's just how it goes. Terrell Owens, I believe, is a late round pick too.
You know what sucks too about just talking about losing DJ Chark and now J-Mo is where's your speed? Like, like you just lost DJ Chark, a 4.35 guy, and now you just lost a dude who hasn't ran a 40, but we'd assume it's probably 4.2. Yeah. 4.2-ish. Like, that sucks. That's why Jalen Hyatt, these options you bring up, yeah, you're going to have to bring in some speed, man. Like, I love Amon-Ra, but he's not the fastest guy. He does a lot of things really well. And Marvin Jones at this point is, you know, he never was a burner, but even at this point, he's a shell of himself. I mean, he can give you something, but as a wide receiver 2 on a team that we expect to make a playoff run, like, yeah, they're going to have to come up with something. But I think we can all expect it. Even before the J-Mo suspension, I would have hoped they would at least take a wide receiver at some point. So now this kind of just lets them know, like, hey, you're definitely going to have to take a wide receiver.
Yeah, I think heading into this draft, obviously the idea of Jameson Williams being there for you in your football team for the fall season. Again, it's only 6 games. Right. But I think I was just kind of open to anything either way. I was down to if Brad Holmes. I have that much faith in Brad Holmes that, like, if he took any position, and I even beyond the faith of Brad Holmes, like what he did in the free agency market this year allowed him freedom in this draft. It liberated him to kind of decide whatever the hell he wanted to do. If he wanted to grab another wide receiver, I would have been cool with it. If he wanted to grab Bijan Robinson, I would have been cool with it. If you wanted to grab Osiris Torrance, maybe not as cool with it, but I mean, I
can see it. Like, I wouldn't be furious with it. Yeah.
I can draw, point A to point B on that one.
Yeah.
Quarterback, it makes sense. Yep. So like I was already there with this draft class either way, just because how he was so fucking sick in free agency, man. Everything that he was defense. Everyone wanted to draft defense. Well, he hits free agency, he goes defense. Like he can do what he wants in this draft. And if he takes a wide receiver, I don't want anybody to correlate that to Jameson Williams. And like you said in the first segment too, I want to pull the brakes on I don't want to hear any bus talk about Jameson Williams.
It's ridiculous.
And I want to stay from that like weird like toxic shit because like I don't want to be that guy. I'm supposed to be up here and like give you like an analyst, like a non-biased take. Although I will always be biased against the Bears. Fuck the Bears. Actually, I picked the Bears to win against the Detroit Lions with you last time we did a show together.
Did you have to bring that up?
Yeah, you're right.
Just forget.
I admit losses. I
don't do that. Move on. No, I'm joking. But you're right.
But I don't want that toxic thing that kind of like that I feel was surrounded by Killian, that I feel was surrounded by Jeff Okudah, to where like they almost fucking hate it here. Sorry you dropped the hard F-bomb like that, but like why would an athlete want to be here if these fans are constantly just hating on them for every single thing they did? Jameson Williams, people were hating on him. He didn't show up to camp. OTAs, I apologize. Trying to bash him for that. Bash him about the Jared Goff stuff. Although, maybe, he probably should have been a little bit more respectful in that situation. But, like, people I feel like are just so quick to, like, attack this kid. And this is another reason to do that. I want to stay away from that. I don't want him to hate Detroit. I want him to continue to love Detroit because I feel like that's when players like flourish, when they love the city. Same way we want to put on for Dispo because we went there and we had a good ass time. And you're like, damn, I fuck with this sponsor. I really want to put on for Dispo. These guys, they take care of me. I want them to win.
And I think a lot of that J-Mo narrative had to come from the draft, dude. Like how he looked when he was drafted, that was a big conversation. Oh, J-Mo doesn't look happy, he's a lion. But a lot of that just is his personality. Like I think J-Mo would even agree with this if he's been here and kind of understands the city and how it moves. If J-Mo plays well, you're not ever going to have to buy an alcoholic drink in the city again. Like the city will embrace you. So for J-Mo, it's about just showing up and being available. He hasn't done that yet. But I don't think it's fair to pull out a bus card or he's on bust watch. Like that's quite frankly you're jumping to conclusions way too early before you even see J-Mo. I mean, even for him to not really be involved at all, like you have a very small sample size. Every time he's touched the ball, keyword, touch the ball, he has it in his hands. It's gone for 40 yards. So like, yeah. There's a pretty good sample size there. A small sample size, but good production there. We just need more. We need to see more of J-Mo. That's a big thing. Just him being available. But again, he's young. I hate using that excuse. But this is a big. It's kind of like the Jalen Carter thing I always bring up, and it's not the same type of severity of situation, but this will show his character. If he's able to learn from this, he will be fine. And again, his agency came out with that statement. You know, he understands. He doesn't want to. You know, he doesn't want to ruin the integrity of the game. He understands now. He should have already, but now he does. J-Mo's going to be fine. I'm not too concerned at all about his future, his character. Like, all this stuff is just pointless argument to me. Just a talk. Like, it's I'm okay.
Everything's going to be fine.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes. And that's my fear, though, is like, and again, my fear is actually he's not like the elite wide receiver prospect that we're saying he's going to be. I'm not saying I think that's the case, but if he's not, I just don't want to hear the bullshit from fans. And then he'd be passed down, just, not want to give it all here, just not even want to be here. Like, he's a coveted player. That's why the other two guys gone, finito, in the words of Jeff Freddy's ancestors. They got cut. Jameson Williams still here because he's worth keeping. Chris, I know you want to say something, but we do got to go to break because I am curious though with the Jameson Williams situation. Like, how does this affect the team moving forward? Does this change your predictions for him as a player or for the Detroit Lions, NFC North favorites by everybody? But before we do that, I got to tell you guys about Planet Fitness. Why they gave the fat guy the Planet Fitness read, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you guys about it. All right, because how you going to put Planet Fitness without the perks? You got it. You need a gym, tan, Lions, just like my guy Sean from Dispo does. All right? Make sure you guys pull up Planet Fitness. They got the black card. I don't have this read in front of me, guys. This is off the dome piece. But you already know Planet Fitness is where it's at. You want to look ripped. You want to look jacked. You want to look tan, refreshed, hydrated. Hit up Planet Fitness. Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
Bro.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Get a shot up. This is for the win.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
What up, welcome to woodwardsports.com. We are the Woodward. Oh my God, I can't even say that.
It's like the...
What are we?
I don't know.
It's like when you...
I hate when a girl asks
It's a classic
that.
girl question. What are we?
Yeah, that's...
I hate that.
You know it. If she asked that...
We're done. That's what we are.
Yeah.
Get the fuck, Shuddy. I am Eazy. That's Jeff Freddy. That's who we are. We got Chris in the TD booth. We got JB Smooth, the 1-2s. We got Booner in the Maz chair. And we have Towel Dappers. All right, it was getting hot in the studio.
Yeah, because people... By the way, yeah, hence why my face is red. For some reason, when I do the heavyweights, I sweat. Like, I don't know what it is about the heavyweights, the intensity. I don't know what it is, but it always is hot as hell in here for some reason. So there's some background on why my face was red.
It's actually because Jeff made that sick, disgusting sexual joke, and it's all wet. It just keeps coming in from the ladies' changing. It's gross.
Hold up, JB.
It all started with the Kyle.
There's too many men in here to hit that noise, hit that sound. Damn.
Oh, he does it every day.
It started with Kyle.
Who's Kyle?
Oh, yeah.
What's going on?
Kyle was the one who made the comment about Jeff earlier.
What did
you
say?
Kyle.
Oh.
He got me nervous.
That's
he
Jeff's
complimented
burner.
me, and
That's Jeff's burner account.
It
Jeff,
is
you
what
look
it
really
is.
great today. Awesome hair. Don't forget to change your laundry later.
You look over mid-type it.
Don't forget to pick up the eggs. All right.
It's my alt. My burner.
The Jameson Williams stuff we obviously talked about. Drafting wide receiver. We obviously don't think so. And by the way, too, I do want to open up the phone lines because we do have JB Smooth operating the systems, and he's able to answer your phone calls. What's the phone number, Jeff?
313-552-6322. I'll pin it actually in the chat for everybody.
Goated.
So you guys call in. Yeah, I want to hear everyone's thoughts, whether you hate it, you love it. Ermanni Edwards got some funny calls, actually. There's a caller
They took calls, eh? Nice.
They did. And they had a caller who kind of shut down Ryan. Love you, Ryan. But he's like, hey, Ryan. He goes, you got to chill out. He's like, you got to chill out. He goes, everything's going to be okay. And Braylon's just like rooting him on. Like, it's funny. And I think most calls, if you disagree, call in, please. Because I want to hear both sides. But I would assume that most of the Lions fans, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat, are on JMO's side, like we are. But you never know.
I think, man, because again, there's a lot of stuff like building up before this, like all the Jared Goff not even comments really, but like the Lamar Jackson social media posts and Lamar Jackson like tweets that he liked, and then you go into like the OTAs where people are like, JMO didn't show up. Like people are just so quick to pounce on this guy and like.
And by the way, the OTA stuff,
he was there though.
He was there, and Braylon even said like the real stuff starts in like a week. Like he people, they show up, individually, but he goes, just because he's not here the first day, people they want a story. It's just how it is. Create a story out of nothing.
It's crazy too, because by the way, guess who else wasn't there the first day? I don't think Aiden Hutchinson was there either. I don't remember seeing pictures of him.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Will you question?
What a thug!
You're going to question his work ethic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt it.
That's what I'm saying.
Relax.
That's the stuff.
And JMO's story, if you follow him on Instagram, the guy's working out every other week. Like he's working out, not with the Lions, but he's working out. And he was with Jared Goff in the summer.
Exactly.
Or excuse me, not the summer, about a month ago, throwing the football in Cali with Amon Ra. Like, chill out. About a week ago. He was out there throwing, or catching balls. So relax. JMO's working. He's working.
JB, I know we have somebody on the phone, but before we go to them, I want to know: do you want to draft a wide receiver now, or what?
I mean, I was talking to Booner about this a little bit ago. It becomes situational now because we got that news from Terry Foster earlier today. Thank you, Uncle T, about that. That Lions are seriously considering about moving up to pick 3 to draft Will Anderson.
Hold on, and I want to say this too. I love Uncle T.
Love Uncle T.
I love him to death.
Love him more.
I think he. Well, I don't think he has broken a ton of huge stories, and he's one of the most credible people I know. But is it really news that the Lions are interested in getting Will Anderson? Like, is that news?
I don't know if it's Will Anderson, no.
But I'm just saying, like, I love, like, what he said on Big D, I feel like is pretty, like, no. Like, some of the stuff, I think he said they would draft a running back in rounds 1 or 2. That's what he's looking at. Like, I hope so. I mean, I don't know. It's just me. Love Uncle T. But some of that stuff, I'm like, I don't know if it's.
I think it's more concrete of us getting like kind of more a direction of where Brad Holmes wants to exactly go. Like this is just a step further than us speculating. Oh, they could jump up to 3. This is like, hey, if I get the correct votes from the rest of the organization back here, get the thumbs up, then I'm gonna hop up there and do it. Give you 6 and 2 second rounders to jump up there and get that 3rd pick for Will Anderson.
Like Terry said, the Lions are hesitant on Jalen Carter. It's like I was like, no, they are. Like they're. I think they still are, even with Brad Holmes' comments. But no, Uncle T, he had a lot of gems on Big D. If you can go back and watch those, and it's actually all over our social media now. We posted it, so you can check that out. But yes, he was. He was on Big D. Broke some news, and then the JMO news came out. So it was news galore on Big D Energy today.
Are you ready for why I'm offended?
Yes, go on. Sorry.
I broke this last week. I said this last week. Where are my clips? Why do I get the hype?
What? What'd you say?
The Lions called to move to about what it'd take to move to number 3.
Eazy, isn't that just like a thing? Like, of course, Brad's gonna call and be like, "Hey, what's the price?" Like, that's just like normal.
Well, only 6 teams did. I thought it'd be normal.
That's not a little.
That's a little. What do you mean? There's 30.
6 teams to move.
32.
But not every team can jump all the way to 3.
Everyone at least would call though to see what it takes.
But if you're sitting there at 15, you're not going to call and see what it takes to get to 3. I mean, you could, but like, no way in hell I'm getting to 3. Like, okay. If you want to give credit, Eazy broke it.
No, I'm not saying.
But I'm just saying, that's a conversation.
That's just more credit to T-Foss, because he obviously holds weight around this motherfucker. He says it. It's breaking news.
But all I'm saying is not to take credit from you or T-Foss, but all I'm saying is that's like a conversation we've all been having. Like, should they trade up? Yada, yada, yada.
Well,
I'd prefer them to. I wouldn't. Like, this is something we've been talking about for like months.
Well, I mean, this is like, it's official though. And I think this kind of ties to the segment you want to talk about. I don't know if you want to swing to that now, but
yeah, let's do it.
You said Will Anderson. I don't think that's the name if they move up to 3. Because do me this, Jeff.
I'm cool with quarterback too.
That's what I'm thinking. Name me a time in NFL history where a team moved up into a top 3 pick and selected a defensive player.
Doesn't happen too often.
I don't think it's ever. I can't. Can you
No,
think of one?
98.7% of the time it's for quarterbacks. So yeah, I mean that's a good point. If you're going to trade up from 6 to 3,
and that same week that news broke about didn't break because I said it, but this is the same week that I found out the Lions called. It's the same week they scheduled the visit with C.J. Stroud, which also followed the news that Bryce Young was done taking interviews with other teams because it obviously points like the Panthers taking him number 1. I'm just the dominoes are falling like that. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You think? I mean, let's be real here. So if you have Bryce 1, which now I guess we'd assume he's 1, 2 the Texans. Let's say they take Will Anderson. I guess that 3rd pick, I mean, if you want C.J. Stroud, but then again, the Colts, they're locked in on Will Levis.
Yeah.
So if, let's say, Will Levis,
is that what
that's been, and I've kind of always, me and JB have kind of had that opinion, like,
he looks like a Colt.
Thank you. And I know what you mean by that.
45 and 2 zigzags.
I know what you mean by that, too. Like, he's a Colt. So, again.
I don't know what I mean by that.
They ain't drafted Anthony Richardson, man. Like, they're not. It's the Colts. Like,
I can see that.
They're not. Like, it ain't. No, it's not happening. But Seattle, if they take Jalen Carter, yeah, C.J. Stroud, I mean, you could trade up to get him, but what if a team trades up, gets maybe a Anthony Richardson, and C.J. Stroud falls to at 6 anyway?
That'd be.
So, like, you know, I guess anything could happen. But I at least like Brad trying to be aggressive. If Brad sees a guy in this draft as his guy, go get him, Brad. We trust you. Like, go get him. I won't have an issue with it at all. Like, it makes perfect sense to me. I just might have a problem with who it is. That's the only thing I have a problem with.
Who's the who you're beefing with?
The only 2 I will accept, Bryce Young, which isn't happening, or C.J. Stroud.
Okay.
I don't. And Hendon Hooker, that I'm talking about at the top of the draft. I like Hendon and Clayton Tune. I'm out on Anthony Richardson. I'm out on Will Levis. I just don't want anything to do with those guys. That's me. Mm-hmm. But the idea of drafting a quarterback, I'm all for it. I broke it down today. Me and Adam actually argued about it because I think it makes perfect sense. I just might have a problem on who it is. Like, if he gets Anthony Richardson, I'm going to be like, okay, I'll wait. It better work out. But I'll get the idea. Like, I understand financially why he would do that. It makes sense. I just hope it's the guy I want, selfishly, so I can come on and brag about it on my show. And selfishly.
And you not liking these guys has nothing to do with you wanting your nickname to be just Juice.
Shut up. Okay,
what do you mean by that?
Okay, here we go.
All right, before we get too far.
Here we go.
We do got to call JB.
I knew this
was
coming. I knew this was coming.
Yeah, we got a full rack of calls here, so I'll send you Scott first.
Hey, can you turn Scott down a little bit? He'd be screaming.
Hey, gentlemen, how's it going?
Yeah, there it is. What up, Scott?
Sorry.
You're good, brother.
Not too much, man. Not too much.
Well,
sucks to hear about J-Mo. Jesus.
I know.
It does. It does.
Ain't that some shit? You jump up to 12 to pick the 4.22 speed, and then he goes and screws you for another year.
I mean, let's be honest, though. It's
not
a full year.
4 plays from him?
What was that?
I said, you got to see maybe, 4 or 5 plays from the dude?
Yeah, but I could argue those couple plays, I mean, he took him either to the house or for 40 yards.
Scott.
I honestly, if they don't go with the defensive or quarterback, I would go wide receiver because they need it now. They can't rely on Marvin Jones and Amon-Ra to carry the whole team and beat the world. I agree with you guys.
Scott, before I let you go, because we do have a couple more callers, we do have to go to break here soon.
Yep.
What is your prediction for the Detroit Lions now that Jameson Williams is facing the 6-game suspension?
I think they might still win the division, but to come out of their first playoff game with a W, that's going to be hard. Very hard.
Because he's suspended in the first 6 games?
Yeah, why is it hard
now? Why does that affect the playoff game?
Well, they could start 0-6 like they did last year, or 1-6, and have the same outcome they did last year.
Your scenario is that they're in the playoffs, right? Like, they're in the playoffs, so how would it affect if J-Mo's...
Well, I mean, that's what everybody was talking before J-Mo got suspended, was they're in the playoffs. I don't think they would have as much of a dominating effect if he wasn't suspended for the first 6 or 7 odd games he's suspended for. I don't think that they would have an as dominating effect as they normally would have. But that's just me.
Scott, I appreciate you calling in, brother.
Yeah, thanks, Scott. Appreciate it, man.
Hey, 5 stars across the board. Go like him on all the podcasts, guys.
Let's go, Scott.
Appreciate you tuning in.
Scott's the GOAT. You were going to say something else before we let him go? What were you going to say? No.
Well, no, I mean, just off his point, yeah, no, I'm like, the expectations for me don't really change. Now, am I concerned about the first 6 games? Of course, but post 6 games, the expectations are still the same. Like, like win a playoff game, win your division, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
so it doesn't change for me, at least. I know. I assume you'd agree with that. Because it's only 6 games. It's not like the guy's out for the whole year.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm good. I'm good.
Bro, if he was out for the year, then we'd talk about the implications of that. But 6 games, yeah, you're
and how it affects the playoff game. Chris, you got something good because we do got to go to break.
Yeah, I know we got to go to break, and I just wanted to throw this out there while you guys were talking about it. What is the possibility of some type of appeal? I mean, I know he kind of put out the PR statement, kind of admitting, but is there any chance you can knock that down to 2 or 3 games instead of 5 or 6? Like,
I don't think so, and I'll tell you why. Because it's a 6-game suspension. I think partly because if it was a full season, maybe he could get that knocked down. But the only wiggle room I guess he has is that it wasn't on NFL games. I think that's the only the wiggle room he could have. And if he made an argument, well, I was in my car outside of the facility. Like, even then, I don't think the NFL, like, with that Calvin Ridley stuff, I think they're good on letting guys pass on this stuff. Like, there's something about the biggest thing to the NFL is the integrity of the league. That's the most important thing. I mean, that's really the biggest enemy of the NFL right now. Remember the script narrative that comes out? Like, they don't want to mess with any of that. The script, the integrity of the game, and if J-Mo betting or Quintez Cephas betting, CJ Moore betting, like, hurts that, I don't think there's too much room for error for these guys. Like, I don't. So I don't think, although I agree it should happen, I don't think it will.
I honestly think you can appeal this just because of the simple fact, as you said, Jeff, it's not on NFL games. And also, maybe he wasn't far away enough from the facility to place his bet. Maybe he didn't know, the range that he could go before, he would get in trouble for placing his bet. You could put that as a case as well, too. So you might be able to lower it instead of 6 games, maybe 3. I mean,
but the question ain't could, it's will.
Yes.
They could. Now, JB, answer, will they?
No.
There you go.
No.
That's where I'm coming from. Because they should, I agree, especially for something like that, but will they?
God damn you, Chris. This could have waited, you piece of shit.
Chris comes in with the heat before we go to break.
All right, let me speak mine then since we're going over. I do apologize for calling you piece of shit. That was a little bit too far.
Yeah, easy. This guy changed, dude.
Come on. Don't get us canceled. Chris is going through the transition. We respect that, all right?
Hey, chill. I ain't Mr. Beast.
He goes, chill.
I did want to say, like, to the suspension point, this could also be something that's very just plain black and white. You do this, it's 6.
Yep.
And if you're told that, that's that. There's no leeway when hey, I told you very specifically not to do this, and then you did it. Kind of like the dream. I got booed here.
Booner caught a stray again.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you someone bumps into you, or maybe they swing the first, and you punch them back into the bar, and then you're in court, and you're like, hey, this guy punched me first, but it's like you knew the rules not to punch people. Like, you don't.
Right.
You're gonna get in trouble for that. Either way, gotta go to break, but not before I tell you guys about Swiss Insurance, because if you're out there punching people, you may want to insure some things, like your face. And you could do so with my guy Mark at Swiss Insurance. You could also insure your businesses. Contact my guy Mark at mark@swissins.com. Again, that's mark@swissins.com. It's Woodward Heavyweights with Jeff Freddy, and we'll be right back.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. Because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Big Boy Strawberry Fest has officially arrived, and we're here to show you the very best flavors of the season. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our deep-fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and a slice of our classic strawberry pie. But that's not all. Cool off on a refreshing summer splash salad, or savor the flavors of our chicken Caesar wrap and strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And for breakfast lovers, don't miss out on our strawberry hotcakes or our mouth-watering red velvet waffle. Strawberry Fest is something for everyone. Celebrate the sweet season with us at Big Boy.
I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I've lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
If you want to be like Jared Goff, how about you go to Fulling Warehouse in Hamtramck and test out your skills, because it's the home of the original football bowling game, 2 to play for $12, the unlimited open play, or you can pay $120 for a lane reservation for up to 10 people. $2 mystery beer machine, full bar. Check it all out, FullingWarehouse.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy, Eazy, joined my guy, Spinmo Rax. This beat is mad chill. We got Chris in the TV booth. JB Smooth, the 1 to 2s, playing the chill tunes and taking selfies in his dispo hat and sending them to me, you weirdo. I'm sorry, I'm messing with you.
Also, you don't have Spinmo. You have Jeff next to you.
Did I do it?
Yeah.
I'll let it slide.
No,
JB, I'll let it slide.
I knew it was going to happen.
It's okay. I'll be spending
told me
today.
I couldn't call him Juicy Jeff. Juicy Jeff, like, what up, don't your boy Eazy? I came, this beat's way too chill to even go like that. Juicy Jeff joined us. Before or during the break, Booter stood up and said, I have to pee. And along with that, he said that there's a couple of Detroit Lions coaches that got fired a bit ago, Jeff.
Not a little bit ago, but they were let go last month. And you don't really see these things; they don't get reported typically. But it was
trainers, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll read it verbatim. This is Pro Football Talk, NBC Sports. It says, in addition to today's bombshell announcement that 4 Lions players have been suspended for gambling, ESPN reports that several Lions staff members in various departments were fired last month for violating the gambling policy. And it says staff members of NFL teams are not allowed to bet on NFL games, the draft, the postseason awards, or anything else NFL related. They're also not allowed to gamble on anything at all while they're at the team facility. Again, this goes back to that same rule, or traveling for team business. It is not clear specifically which rules the Lions employees violated. The Lions had not said anything about the fired staffers, so you're not going to know who it is. But yeah, some of the staffers are gambling as well. So this is the world we live in, man. I mean, I saw a tweet too. One of the Lions beat writers, I can't remember the specific name, so help me out if you know, tweeted out, isn't it ironic as well that when the Lions players go out to the field, they see gambling? It's all ads, man. Gambling's just immersed in where these guys are. I don't want to put them in a victim position, but at the same time, like, yeah, it's real. Like, the number one thing as a professional athlete is you can't bet, at least on your sport, but also anywhere near team grounds. It's a very simple, very clear-cut rule. But in today's age, man, sports betting is, I mean, you look at the billboards you see when you're driving, marijuana, sports, online betting.
Yeah.
Like our good friend Darren said,
yeah.
from Dispo, smart man. He's absolutely correct. So gambling, welcome. Like, this is the world we live in, and if you're not smart and you're not on your P's and Q's, and you're a professional athlete, you could fall victim to it.
Yeah, I was literally thinking that as you were reading the rules, is like they can't have their own like deal with a sports book where they're like doing a commercial. Well, commercials, no, actually, it's all retired players. Now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
But still, nonetheless, like,
you can't have
NFL is like all about gambling. You know what I'm saying? It's on every commercial you see with them.
Oh, they're in bed. They're in bed with every one of these guys. I mean, the NFL is.
And as a player, I can't have like a promo code. Freaking, what's the player's name that got suspended? The third guy, Barry Hill. Use promo code Barry Hill, Chacharaka.
No one's using
15% off your first
No
bet.
one's using that man's promo code. Stanley Barry Hill. Stanley.
Makukuracha? What the fuck? That was the wildest fucking name.
Oh, Shakatoni?
Yeah, what is that? Use promo code Shakatoni for your 50% match on your first bet. Like,
Shaka-waka?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah, no, listen.
Hey, some gambling companies are actually going to use that now as a joke too. Yeah.
That actually would be smart. Smart.
And I love these comments too. Detroit Dabber, shout out to him for tuning in. Such a simple rule that even Adam Schefter wasn't aware after years of covering the NFL.
Facts.
And I believe Ian Rappaport went on Pat McAfee.
The also fairly new.
And Ian Rappaport went on Pat McAfee, and he wasn't aware either. So, again, is that another reason to say that J-Mo shouldn't be banned? No, but
because there's seminars for these guys.
Yeah, there is, and especially after the Calvin Ridley thing, like,
yeah,
it's Like, let's be real. Like, the NFL players, they probably got like an email or something with all the the terms and service type stuff where it's like, and they probably just didn't even read it. They're probably
skip
like,
to the bottom, hit it.
It's more than
to the
that.
bottom.
Like having Braylon in, like hearing him talk about like when you're first drafted as a rookie, you go through like many like seminars of what it takes to be an athlete after football, in case you do get injured, because it's a reality of it. Like, that's part of the NFLPA situation. They have guys coming here and tell you how to manage your money, how to fight an agent. They had gambling seminars for these guys too. Like, I'm not giving like that excuse, but to your point, it's new territory. Gambling's only been legal for, I think last year was the first year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and it's still not completely legal in some states, so it's still like
that's true too.
It's not even fully there yet to be where it's going to be in the future. So yeah, I mean, life isn't fair. Like I mean, I can sit here and say all day, like, yeah, JMO, sports betting. At the end of the day, like, you have obligations as a professional athlete. You didn't follow them, and there's the punishment, 6 games. Yeah, which I think is actually not bad. Like 6 games, I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean,
although it's frustrating, big picture wise, he'll be all right.
Again, 6 games hurts, but if it's a situation that was very black and white, like, don't do this, it's going to be 6 games.
Right.
There's no leeway in that. Like, you said, don't do this, and we told you to be 6 games very specifically. I don't think. We'll see. I could be wrong on that. But JB, I've apologized to the callers. I've been waiting. We have 2 of them. Are they still there? I had them waiting for a while now.
Yeah, we still got them there. Actually, we got 3 of them, but I'll send you Chris first.
What up, though, Chris?
What up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's going on, my man? What do you want to discuss?
Man, here's the thing. My cousin just told me that some Lions fans or whatever are doing a petition on Twitter because this is J-Mo's first offense, and he didn't bet on football. They want to try to get it knocked down to 3 games. I told them that was not going to work, but if they're really doing that, and that's not been confirmed, I don't know. But if that's the truth, that is ridiculous. If it's cut and dry and that's what it is, it's 6 games, it's 6 games. But I mean, it's not the end of the world. Not the whole season. It ain't like last year where he was only available for 6 games and didn't have much playing time. He's going to have a whole lot more playing time this year.
Yeah.
And I read something that somebody said he'll worse bust than Darko. I was like, come on, man.
Yeah, that person should be slapped across the face.
That is to even mention Darko in this, I mean, that is just absurd.
It's criminal to bring up the name.
That was ridiculous.
I mean, real ones, Darko, you cringe hearing that name. Yeah. Like, J-Mo.
Man, come on.
I'm with you. You're preaching facts. I mean, you're looking at the big picture, which I think is the right way to do this. Yeah. Like, if people freak out about the 6 games, but in your eyes, it's like, hey, guys, listen, we got a 17-game season. We want to play in the postseason. Like, I think you're spot on. I think that's how more Lions fans should view it in the way you're viewing it.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have him for 11 games.
Yep.
I know it's probably gonna take him a minute to get acclimated, but even with that, when you're like as explosive as that kid is, you're gonna make plays. I mean, it's nothing nobody can really do about it. He's just gonna burn everybody with that speed, and he's a great route runner. So I don't understand what people are so worried about. It's just not that deep.
Chris, I appreciate you calling in, brother.
But still, yeah. All right, fellas.
No, I appreciate you calling,
man.
Enjoy
your weekend.
You too, bro. Coming in, dropping facts. I appreciate the phone call.
Yeah, that was a fire call. Chris had excellent points.
Hey.
I agree with everything.
Not only did he call, but he came correct. Like, he came with the facts. So appreciate that.
JB, who else we got?
All right, I will send you guys Braxton.
What up, though, Braxton? Braxton's a good caller too. Braxton comes to heat. I'm curious what he's got to say.
Hey guys, so I heard about the Lions Rico real bad out here. Jameson getting suspended, but I'm more concerned. Just 6 games, I don't know if we make it out of there 500, man. Because where are the playmakers on this offense outside of Amon-Ra, St. Brown? And I brought this point. He was like, all right, so last year we had so and so out, and I'm like, we had a top 5 tight end in the league, and we had the top 2 slot on the team still, and we wasn't winning anything with them. It wasn't until we had that speed over the top when Sharks came back, that's when the offense, we started winning games and stuff.
Right.
So I'm looking at the draft, I'm like, all right, Quentin Johnson, who fits that mold? Hyatt reminds me a little bit of Mike Wallace, a bad version of it. He didn't face press in college, I don't know about him. But I do like Jaden Reed at Michigan State. He might be the steal of the draft. And I like Michael Wilson and A.T. Terry. I just don't know how do y'all feel like this 6 games is going to go?
Well, I'll start. By the way, I love those names. A.T. Perry, Mike Wilson. You named some good names there. And I think those are all guys the Lions are going to have to at least look at. My response to you saying the offense, and it should be a concern this year, I actually agree with you. But a part of me wants to have more confidence because last year, even without J-Mo, because again, I mean, during that 8-2 stretch, he didn't play the entire 10 games. So, he was out. Amon-Ra was there. DJ was in and out of the lineup. You had Jamal, now you got David Montgomery. I think the offense will still be somewhat productive, but it's hard to predict because it is also Ben Johnson's second year now as an OC. So there's a whole year of tape on Ben Johnson. Not saying he's going to get figured out, but I agree with you. I think there's, Braxton, there is some concern there the first 6 games. They got to at least be above 500. I mean, you got to be minimum, through 6 games, I would say 4-2. Like if you're 3-3, 2-4, now we're getting scared. I'm with you.
Yeah,
I also have to say this. Hey, Jeff, I know you probably don't like this. We're lacking playmakers those first 6 games. Why not get the best playmaker in the draft at 18, Bijan Robinson? That looks more and more like the possibility.
Hey, Braxton, you're talking to the right guy, my guy. Like, I'm all for it. I actually make the argument because Bijan isn't just a running back. He's a weapon. He's a offensive weapon. So I'm with you, Braxton.
That is, yep.
I'm with you. Now, will he be there at 18 is the question. Because I think Philly's the best spot for him.
He is not going to be there 18.
But if he is, I'm with you, Braxton. You pull that trigger.
He's not making a pass Philly. Braxton, I appreciate you calling him in. We got to go to break. I do actually, like, after listening to Braxton's call, I'm a bit more concerned about those 6 games than I was originally thinking about. Again, the DJ Chark being gone too, but can you tell us about Lady Jane's first, Jeff? Because you got phenomenal hair, dude.
Let me tell you about it. Now, if I want to get my hair correct, right, coming in Monday, I got to talk about Jameson Williams being suspended. I'm taking my butt over to Lady Jane's to get myself taken care of. You walk in for an award-winning haircut
your butt?
experience
Why are you
and automatically enter for your chance to win not 1 but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford. Get over to Lady Jane's, check it out, sit down in the chair. Ladies will take care of you, give you the whole experience, and when you walk out, you're going to feel like a whole new man, a confident man, if you will. Lady Jane's, go check it out. It's wicked awesome.
You've heard of Gordon Ramsay. You've heard of Bobby Flay. But Thursday night Master Chef Brad Holmes will be in the kitchen with all of the ingredients needed to make a great dish on draft night. Join Woodward Sports for our 3rd annual Woodward Sports Draft Party, live at 5th Avenue in Royal Oak. The past 2 years, these parties have been standing room only, so get your tickets early at eventbrite.com. Don't miss out on all the fun with Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, and the entire Woodward Sports crew. The party starts at 7:30 p.m. Don't miss the biggest draft party in the Motor City, brought to you by the biggest network, Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, you've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
What up, though? Welcome back to WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Jeff Mo Rax. We got young Chris in the TD booth, JB Smooth on the 1s and 2s. Booner sitting there pouting about, I don't like sitting in this chair if I don't get to talk, and my pee was really hard. I couldn't find it. I'm just kidding. If you guys haven't already,
I'm just getting beat up here. I can't say anything. I don't like this.
Hit the like button if you guys haven't already.
He didn't hear that last part. All right, go on.
Thank you for joining us on WoodwardSports.com. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. 5-star reviews on all podcast platforms. We appreciate you.
Oh, dude, by the way, these comments are killing me. Detroit Dabber 313. I once saw Jeff throw his keys at Wayne Gretzky to park his car, and he did it.
Yo, it's funny too because like I was trying to get Broder. Broder, I was telling him to bring the. I wasn't telling him to bring the paper towel. I wanted him to come dap you up. The sweat.
Dude,
because you're big time. Man.
I'm the most opposite, dude. I'm the opposite of Hollywood. I don't need much, to be honest with you. Like
you did.
Give me look at you know what Eazy.
Towel.
You know what Eazy did
for me?
Did
maybe get you a drink.
Look at this is what he got me. That's all I needed.
No sponsors.
I'm a happy man. Like it. I'm good.
I do want to give you shit, but you're a lifesaver today, dude. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no problem. I got you guys,
show,
man. I'm always anything to keep the heavyweights going. Like you need me, let me know.
I did want to talk about the situation though with Jameson Williams because like I said earlier too, like we did lose DJ Chark, but I remember specifically when I was making cases and arguments for like keeping DJ Chark was like the record of the Detroit Lions without him, and it wasn't good. Every single game the Detroit Lions won except for one, which against the Green Bay Packers, was with DJ Chark a part of that offense. And again, we lose DJ Chark. The conversation is it's cool. We got Jameson Williams. He's very promising. He's gonna have a full off season now, and now he's gone 6 games. Like you look at the one game they lost against Seattle last season, and truly that's the game that kept them out of the playoffs.
Yep.
Like they wouldn't have depended on them to mess up.
True.
To make it in. We have 6 of those situations now, and like a depth too. I think it does. Maybe it does change that.
Well, it ain't gonna be the same defense that goes into that Seattle game, though.
That's
like,
fair.
They're not forcing a punt like
That's
that.
Fair.
Like, I mean, come on. Like, you got a different Aiden because that Aiden, man, he got bodied by 2 rookie tackles.
Different Kirby. Kirby loved 2 of them.
He got cooked by who's the Will Disley?
Yeah,
the tight end for he got cooked on that. It was like a 25-yard touchdown catch.
Kirby's first couple games were kind of rough. Like
he
was
did.
Like,
No, he struggled. That Seattle game was a big one.
Second year ever playing the position,
and he got thrown in the fire after Tracy was hurt, so he didn't expect to be thrown in that quickly. But again, different team, and that's why I always say, even if the Lions, let's say they made no free agency moves and they did nothing in the draft, they'll get better by default.
Yeah.
But now you have free agency, you have the draft, so they'll be better.
Yeah.
But Seattle, everybody's gonna get better. Like that's a part of it too. Not everybody. Some teams get worse, but majority of the NFL also gets better. It's not just your team that gets better.
Woodward Heavyweights got better, and we got better callers in the Morning Woodward Show. I'll show you right now with this next caller. His name is Slim Shady. I'm kidding. Who is it?
Oh, I was like, I thought you had the screen up over there. All right.
Oh, no, it's
I'll send you guys Taiwan.
What up, Taiwan?
What up? How y'all doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, bro. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about with the Jameson Williams thing. I don't really have too many opinions on it. I think it is what it is. We'll probably see him in 7. That is that. But where do you guys think, like, how far that pushes the receiver up in our draft? Like, around what area do you guys think that is? And then also what you said about like the moving up for Will Anderson. Like, I'm not really a fan of it. I'm not saying it's the worst thing. Of course, if it happens, I'm gonna be happy and all. But like, out of like first round draft scenarios, it's not the best thing that I like. And that's just because like I couldn't confidently tell you if we like right now if we had the 3rd overall pick, I wouldn't say that I would be back to like maybe the Raiders or a different team because like you're basically in quarterback territory right there, and if you're not taking the quarterback, I can't say that I would want to move up there. Have to to be in quarterback territory and then not take them.
Yeah, I agree. And that's kind of the point that I appreciate you calling in Taiwan. That's kind of the point I was making too. Is like if you're moving to 3, it's for a quarterback.
No, and for him also to say like Will Anderson, as good as he is, if you're gonna move up and give up significant draft capital, yes, I would at least believe it's for a quarterback, but you never know. Typically, it is. What do we got?
All right, I'm gonna send you guys 9 drinks.
9 drinks, my guy.
What up, though, man?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good. What do you want to discuss?
Hey, I just want to make this really quick. I want to say, hey, I wish the best to Spenny. I hope he's doing good. I love Eazy and Juicy Jeff. But I think that Ego will actually benefit from sitting out the first 6 weeks. So we'll probably be 6-0. He'll come in and just be a superstar.
Well, I think he can benefit mentally, maybe, but physically, football, like you'd like him to play. I think that's the best way to benefit, to be on the football field, to be playing snaps. But I never thought J-Mo had, character concerns, but I think the 6 games will allow him to kind of reflect. Not that he hasn't already had plenty of time to reflect, but another 6 games to listen, hey, J-Mo, like you're a top 12 pick. You are regarded as one of the best wide receivers in your class when you were drafted. Like, there's a lot of expectations. Like, you gotta shift your focus back. So I think that'll help him more. But in terms of like physically or playing football, I think 9 drinks, he's got to just get on the field.
I agree with you too. Like, I think last year when all the smoke was going on about Jameson Williams, people were like, he's in the game, he's not doing nothing, he's not enough production, he's not getting enough looks. I was like, you have to give him time to get in rhythm with his offense, and he didn't have that. He didn't have that opportunity in the offseason because of the injury. And you feel better now, a little bit more comfortable now that he did have some in-game reps with Jared Goff in the first team offense, and then he's obviously training with Goff in the offseason last month, catch a couple passes, but that's not live NFL in-game reps. And I think the commenter was Jack in the Wood Sports chat, and I appreciate calling in 9 drinks. And he said, can J-Mo play in the preseason games? And I think he can, because remember when Deshaun Watson, he participated in the preseason before facing the actual NFL suspension, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, I think you're correct. I believe, and I have to double check this, and I'll do it during break. I think the suspension starts when the cut day comes, where you have to get your roster right.
Yes, that's
so
exactly
that cut day would be after preseason. So yeah, I think you're correct.
So there's that. I'm chilled, I guess, a little bit from that, but. Yeah. I don't know, man. I guess it really depends on how Brad Holmes is viewing this team. I think he's looking at more of the long haul, and that's why I think quarterback is still in play for your drafting quarterback of the future, I should say. Mm-hmm. I know guys like Neil. He says it's the window. There's a window. You have a championship window to win right now. Well, if that's the case, then they should draft a receiver. I don't feel that way. I think Brad Holmes has an opportunity to build this thing for the long haul. With the draft capital, yes.
I always say it's not about the next year; it's about the next 5 years. I always say that. And I think me, you, Spencer, we're all kind of in lockstep here. As much as people love to take it draft to draft, it's about 2024, 2025, 2026. You don't want to just get there; you want to stay there. And by doing that, teams like the Eagles, they always plan ahead. You notice the Eagles do that really well. A player leaves a free agency, they got someone coming up. Mm-hmm. That's what Brad's gonna have to do, and it's not just, quarterback counts. People don't want to bring quarterback counts in that situation. It is what it is. You can draft quarterbacks preparing for the future as well, and the Lions haven't done it yet, so it's coming. I think it's this year.
They made that call. What take
say what up? Say what up, Shorty. How you doing? Can I? Let me Arizona. Let me just talk with you for a second. What are you thinking? 3-6. Give you a second, maybe a future first. He's working out something. I don't know if Brad will get it done, but the fact that he's calling, I appreciate it. I do.
You were pretty eager to talk about the C.J. Stroud stuff today.
Yeah, which we're going to break in a little bit, but when we get back, I want to talk about it because I want to hear your thoughts on it specifically because I haven't really told you everything about it, but yeah, I think we'll be in lockstep.
All right, can you tell me how to lose weight? I want to look good.
Let me tell you about our friends over at Custom Health.
Said.
Well, listen, guys, Custom Health. I mean, you have some days where you're not feeling right. You lost your sex drive. You're depressed. You're tired. It happens. You got some belly fat. Testosterone optimization therapy is safe and effective, and it's a way to restore your vitality, confidence, and performance to reduce heart disease. Visit CustomHealthCenters.com today. That's CustomHealthCenters.com for more information.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Get a shot up. This is for the win.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
What up, though? Welcome back to WoodwardSports.com, the only place to get the best news articles Edited by my guy, Matthew Broder, who doesn't like CJ Stroud. Carrying on. I'm your boy, Eazy. We got Jeff I, Freddy, Young Chris, JB Smooth, Booter. Again, he needed the confidence boots, guys. Please. I'm just kidding. Hit the like button for Booner. 5-star review. All that good stuff. But before we went to break, Jeff, we were kind of on our campaign.
Yeah.
To draft CJ Stroud. Is this where this is going?
I mean, listen, Daniel Jeremiah joined Tim 21's podcast the other day, and one thing he did talk about is CJ Stroud and the possibility of the Lions getting a quarterback. And what he said specifically is, if CJ Stroud is there, because remember the conversation for weeks was 1 and 2, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, or CJ Stroud, Bryce Young. It was always consensus 1 and 2. Now recently, with Adam Schefter coming out and saying, I wouldn't be surprised if there's only 1 or 2 quarterbacks. You know, the next quarterback would be the Colts. That's what he said specifically. That would mean it's a possibility that a guy like CJ Stroud might fall to at 6 if nobody trades up. And the reason why Adam said, why do you think no one's, calling Arizona trying to trade up? All you saw was the Panthers jump to 1, and everybody else pretty much stayed the same. And he's like, it's because people feel like quarterbacks are going to fall. Some of these guys, like a Will Levis, Anthony Richardson. I think Will Levis goes to the Colts, but regardless, some of these guys will fall in the top 10. He said, if the Lions are there at 6 and CJ Stroud falls, he thinks they should take him, and he thinks they could take him because they've met with CJ, they're familiar with him. And I know the IQ test came out. Did you see that? Where he tested the lowest on it. Like, it's a processing test. I shouldn't say IQ test, but it's processing information.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Have we ever heard of this processing test ever before?
I mean,
it's not a fucking thing.
Me and Adam went through a couple of quarterbacks in the NFL because I was curious. And it actually, when Jared Goff came out, him and Wentz, it wasn't the same test. But to give you an idea, out of 50, Wentz scored a 40 on this cognitive test. I think Jared scored a 36. So he was lower than Wentz, but he's No, it's not the end all be all. I think it's something you use if you're deciding between 2 guys and it's very close. Maybe you look at that. Like Bryce Young by far was the most we can do that. Smartest quarterback, can process everything. But CJ was alarmingly low. But I'm not going to sit here and say the guy can't play. You saw what he could do against Georgia. So the question I would pose to you would be, if CJ Stroud falls to you at 6, and let's say, I don't think this would happen, but let's say a guy like Jalen Carter's there for you, and you have to really make a decision. CJ or Jalen Carter, which route should the Lions go?
CJ Stroud.
Think so?
Yeah, I'm not even long play this thing. It's the answer is CJ Stroud. And I want Jalen Carter. And to be honest with you, I don't think CJ Stroud's there at 6. Teams are calling Arizona, but Arizona is not as stupid as the Bears. When the Bears made that trade, what was the first thing I said? I was like, you should have held on to that one. You should have let the pick simmer, because every single day somebody's up the ante to move to number 1 to get to who they want. You pulled the trigger too early, but nothing's going to change your franchise more than a quarterback on that rookie deal. It just is what it is. You look at the AFC playoffs this year. Matter of fact, look at the entire playoffs this year. Most of those guys are still on their rookie deals, if not the beginning of their 5th-year contracts, and then on and so forth.
Yeah,
that's just what the league is these days, and I get that in CJ Stroud. As much as I love Jalen Carter, if I have a quarterback on a rookie deal, I can grab a Jalen Carter off of free agency. I can trade for Jalen Carter the same way that the Los Angeles Rams traded for a lot of pieces they got. Dominic is who they got in free agency, but I know they traded for Rob Quinn. No, they had Rob Quinn. I'm sorry. They made a trade for Fowler. They made the trade for Jalen Ramsey. When the Rams went to the Super Bowl before getting Matthew Stafford on a discounted deal due to the dead cap situation, it was when Jared Goff was on his rookie deal. I'm sick of making this point. It is that's the value of a quarterback on a rookie deal. Your quarterback could be not great, but good enough to get you there functionally, the same way that the San Francisco 49ers did with Brock Purdy. Jimmy G did a little bit of discount too. And you'll still get to the Super Bowl because your team can be completely stacked. It's a team game. If you can afford the pieces you need, all you need your quarterback to do is connect the dots. Yeah. Draft a quarterback in a rookie deal. All day. Every day.
So, and I struggle with this because I love Jalen Carter. I've been making this argument. Me and Adam go at it every morning about it. The Jalen Carter, can't see, who would you prefer, all that stuff. Love Jalen Carter.
Come on.
But C.J. Stroud is the second best quarterback in this class.
Yes.
Widely regarded. So again, for value at 6 to get your future potential franchise quarterback, to me, it's the most important position in football. Like, it's a position that if you get on a rookie deal, it's one of the most valuable things in all of sports. Like, what you could do with a rookie quarterback. So again, the highs out, and again, you could even argue there's probably less question marks character-wise. Like, if you're really dwindling it down and you like Jalen Carter a lot, but you're like, there's stuff I don't like. With CJ, there's really no. The only thing is he played at Ohio State. Like, that's the only thing in terms of his character, all this stuff. There's not too many question marks. So, for me at least, quarterback it's so important. It really is. And not that Jalen Carter, is not that I feel any certain way, but I would rather take a C.J. Stroud and maybe go take a second, third round defensive lineman and be like, let's roll. I mean, we'll go figure it out. Yeah, I'm with you. I think quarterback is just too valuable, man. Especially kicking it down the can is a route I think is a dangerous game.
Yo, for sure.
It's a dangerous game. And I try telling people that, like me and Adam go at it. It's like people just assume we'll go get one next year. Doesn't work like that.
It does not work.
Doesn't work like that, my guy. Like Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, like Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott. Not too many people. Tom Brady, Brock Purdy. Like, yeah, there's exceptions. You can find guys, but there's not. I mean, you talk about the top tier quarterbacks. I mean, you go Herbert, Allen, Burrow, Mahomes.
Yeah, that's the difference with this one. Like Stroud, like you said, arguably could be the number 1 quarterback in this draft.
Many people would actually push that argument.
To be honest,
physically.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's the safest pick in this draft. As much as I love Bryce Young and Bryce Young's game, like that size, and I'm not talking about just the height, the weight, even with the size.
Yep.
I get this Russell Wilson. You named the backup quarterbacks that, not backup, but late round quarterbacks that have made it as like starters in the league. There's even less small quarterbacks that made it to Super Bowl champions. You give me Russell Wilson, you give me Drew Brees.
That's a good point.
The guy for 49ers, Steve Young, don't mean to be disrespectful, but the list kind of ends at that. Like, it's a big man's game for the most part at the quarterback position. Like, you got to.
And the argument Adam always has, because that's why I've kind of hopped off the quarterback talk, because I thought CJ and Bryce would be gone by then. So by then I'm like, all right, Jalen Carter at 6, we'll figure it out. Maybe take Hooker in the 3rd round. But if you have an opportunity to get the 1st or 2nd widely regarded best quarterback, like Adam always said, if you're going to settle at 6 for a 3rd or 4th best quarterback, I wouldn't, like Will Levis or AR.
It's a wild take.
Like for Will Levis, I wouldn't just settle to take a quarterback.
Yeah.
But if you're telling me CJ Stroud's there, like you're going to look back and be like, CJ Stroud didn't work out. It's like, dude, he was the widely regarded 1 or 2 best quarterback. And if you wait till next year, I have a question. Do you guys think the Lions will be good? Like,
they will.
They're going to be picking in the 20s. I mean, that's how this thing works.
You're burning more capital to go and get that guy.
Dude.
That at the end of the day, it's still a gamble.
It's a huge – and again, if you're picking in the 20s and your guy, because Drake May, Caleb Williams, assuming they'll be gone. Like, I don't see a scenario. So let's say there's a 3rd guy that you fall in love with. You're going to have to trade up. You think he'll be there at 25? Like, he could – but I'm not going to sit here and say he will be a guy that we like. And even if he isn't, let's say he starts falling to 10, 11, 12, you're going to have to trade up 13 spots like to go get your dude, or 10-plus spots.
Exactly.
That's going to cost a lot. The San Francisco 49ers traded, 2-3 first-round picks to move up from 13 to 3.
And that's why I said the Bears are fucking stupid for trading their pick as early as they did, because you could have got more for it. But just like you said, so the people that are like against it, taking C.J. Stroud, or to Adam saying you don't want to gamble on the 3rd best quarterback, so you want to. It's a gamble either way. Like we agree.
You're gambling drafting,
right?
yes.
So you want to burn more draft capital to make that same gamble. That doesn't make sense.
It is for CJ. It ain't like he's the 5th bet. Like, dude, he's like
it's still a gamble either way. So you're saying, okay, I want to pay more to make the same exact gamble. Like, no, it makes zero fucking sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense. Now
he's not going to be there at 6.
Now that we got through the CJ Stroud part of it, let's talk about Goff, because I know that's where people's brains go. What about Goff? Well, let me tell you about Goff. Okay, let me tell you about Goff. I think Goff, he's good. We'll leave it at that. He's good.
Yeah.
Are you going to pay him $45 million? Hell no. I'll answer it for you. I'll just save you some time. No, you're not. You wouldn't, because it would handicap you, and essentially you wouldn't be able to afford some of your foundational franchise players that, quite frankly, you may disagree, but I'm not letting go. I mean, you might disagree, but Amon-Ra, Penei Sewell, Aiden Hutchinson down the line, these guys, I'm not letting go. Like, it's not happening. So in that instance, you want to draft a quarterback, because think about this. Like the Eagles, man, if you could find a guy, I mean, I know Jalen Hurts was a second-round pick, but you get anybody on a rookie deal, and if you can keep these players and surround them, especially Stroud, like Jared Goff's job, it's not like Jared is a guy, and I'll say this again because I say this all the time, all right? Jared Goff is somebody you can win with. You can win with Jared Goff. Define win. Well, I think a playoff game. He's gotten to a Super Bowl, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you he can win a Super Bowl. I think that would be a little bit blasphemous of me to just say that. He can win a playoff game. Now, there's a ceiling on Jared Goff right now. There is. Like, that's it is what it is. Now, Jared can come out this year and win MVP and prove me wrong, but until then, to me, Jared's pretty much capped off at what he is. He might have good years, he might have bad years, but Jared Goff is who he is. Now, if I can draft a rookie with higher potential who can do similar things of Jared Goff, making significantly less money, sign me up. Sign me up. It has nothing to do with hate Goff, this, that. It's just facts. Like, I would rather have a significant discount for a guy who could do a similar job. Does that make sense? Yeah. Kind of like the 49ers. Jimmy G. Okay, let's go get Brock Purdy, 7th-round pick. I know Trey Lance, I'm not out on him, and I think you would agree.
Yeah, I'm not.
But even, let's say he's a bust. You got Brock Purdy, comes in, he can do exactly what Jimmy G does at a significant discounted price, which allows you, by the way, to go out and get Christian McCaffrey, go out and sign Javon Hargraves.
Re-sign Nick Bosa.
Re-sign Nick Bosa. Like, that sounds great, guys. Like, it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So, your opinion, keep Goff, lose those guys, or figure it out, keep those guys? To me, you got to figure it out this year. But again, if they can't draft a quarterback this year, it puts a lot of pressure on them Eazy next year to go get their guy. It does. Ton of pressure.
We have somebody on the line that wants to speak on the C.J. Stroud stuff. They got beef with the C.J. Stroud points that we made. They are an Ohio State fan. They claim to have seen every single game C.J. Stroud has played. They claim it was blood type. They claim it was blood clots. We got Lucas Klotz on the line. Woodward Sports social media expert. Actually, lead social media guy. Lucas, we heard this story on the Morning Woodward show. I hope you seasoned this take. I hope it come correct this time. Give me something.
Look, I'm not going to deny that C.J. Stroud does not have talent. I'm not going to deny that he's probably the second best talented quarterback. Well, I'd say safe because I like Bryce Young in this quarterback class. But what is that saying here? We have Anthony Richardson, who's a huge question mark. Will Levis, who's a huge question mark with, I think, has no shot. And so it's coming up between Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud. And C.J. Stroud, I'm sorry, but his whole collegiate career, it's been born on third base. When we compare him to Jared Goff, Jared Goff was not throwing to Marvin Harrison and JSN. I think we take for granted how easy Jared Goff sometimes makes the little things. It's not saying it takes ultra talent, but I'm saying just the simple things that keep the team together. C.J. Stroud is going to lack that part, especially when he's going to be playing in tough games. You're going to expect him what Goff leaves next year. So we're going to expect C.J. Stroud, who, when adversity has been in his face, we have seen it. He does not step up. So now we're going to ask him to do that in much more difficult situations against much more talented teams. And let's not forget, Ben Johnson's probably going to be out of here soon. So now we're going to have a Ben Johnson with C.J. Stroud.
No. Hold on, Lucas. You're going to have a Ben Johnson-less Jared Goff if you don't make the move for a more talented guy in C.J. Stroud. That's
I'm more comfortable with that because I've seen Jared Goff in a Super Bowl before. I know he has that experience, and I know that.
I'll let you handle that one. Yeah,
hold on. You've also seen Jared Goff without Ben Johnson. Do you not remember 2021? Yeah. Was the Lions fan base? You golfers, you could whip the fucking FBI or Black Flash?
That is one of the worst rosters that was in the NFL, and those are the years that are going to help Jared Goff because he's like, damn.
Hold on, before you go any further. Hold on, no. Hold on. Before you go further, I have to go to break. This is your problem. You never shut up. I have to go to break.
Oh, me.
When we come back, I'm going to before the second half of the season, Ben Johnson going to incorporate with that offense. That offense looked a lot better. Ben Johnson-less Jared Goff is fucking awful. But
yeah, dude, I'm not saying.
Guardian line.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan.
Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals in town. Plus, they will beat all competitors by $5. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. Hottest bulbs, hottest deals, darkest tans. Your vitamin D headquarters.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Just crashed.
I don't know. I can hear
There
you
we
guys,
go.
but
We're back. We're back.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was Lucas's hot garbage takes that was dropping the ratings.
I
Turns
think
out
it
we had
was.
no sounds.
Yeah, you mean, that's what happens, man.
All right.
You put out that bad juju.
All right. All right, Lucas.
Lucas, we're back. It's round 2. Ding, 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 boys. Go at it.
Are we doing
I'm
this?
here.
Ben Johnson, this Jared Goff is bad.
Well, stick on. Don't go too off. It's about C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud, yes.
So why is Lucas wrong about his hate for C.J. Stroud? Like distaste for him at 6.
He just is. I don't even know what points this guy's make. What you tell us one more time, Lucas? Why we don't draft
Lucas,
C.J. Stroud?
if you just hate the guy, just say.
Oh, actually, hold on. Let's do this,
No.
Lucas. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's do deductive reasoning, right?
Okay.
And I'm allowing you, Lucas, to answer these questions. Please keep them short, just for the sake of content.
Yep.
All right. Are there concerns about Bryce Young's size at the NFL level?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Are there concerns about C.J. Stroud's size at the NFL level?
No.
Okay. Are there concerns about Anthony Richardson's accuracy at the NFL level?
I would sure hope so.
Are there concerns about C.J. Stroud's accuracy at the NFL level?
No.
Okay.
I mean, and this is where I kind of got extended.
Are there concerns
Can
about
I-
Will Levis's decision making at the NFL level?
There should be concerns about everything with Will Levis.
Fair. Are there concerns about C.J. Stroud's decision making at the NFL level?
Consensus, no, but Ohio State fans might tell you different.
He is the
If
safest.
they aren't on C.J. Stroud's meat.
And I get the upside with Bryce Young. C.J. Stroud is the safest quarterback prospect in this class, IMO, in my opinion. And
I know,
through
and
deductive
I'm
reason,
willing to give you that.
Yeah. So why is he bad? Like, why would it be a bad bet if it's like also the safest bet? You know what I'm saying?
Because, and just to put it in this, it's C.J. Stroud in college, time and time again, had players make him better. And I've seen it time and time again. And at the quarterback position, if we are going to risk arguably the best time in Detroit Lions franchise history, I want a quarterback who has the ability to make good critical decisions, which in big-time games I do not believe C.J. Stroud does, and is able to elevate the players around him, not the other way around.
Okay.
C.J. Stroud, to put it simple,
he has the physical tools, but I do not think he has the mental tools. And to win a Super Bowl, take a team to the Super Bowl, sometimes it is more important to be mental like a Brady than it is to be physical.
Okay. Can we do another deductive reasoning thing?
Yep.
Who had the number one defense in college football this year?
Georgia, probably.
Who?
I don't know statistically, but I'm going to assume Georgia.
Who only made it to the national championship game by the skin of their teeth in a shanked kick because of the great performance put up by C.J. Stroud?
If you say that, you have to bring up how the week before that C.J. Stroud lost to Michigan again, and how he arguably couldn't have been in there, and Caleb Williams lost to USC lost to Utah.
That's fair,
so
too.
C.J. Stroud was fortunate to be in that situation. Yes, he did play good. I'm not going to deny that.
What's a bigger moment, the game against Michigan or the playoff game?
Definitely against Georgia. Georgia, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're dressing him up. To be honest with you, you're dressing him up yourself as the safest quarterback prospect in this draft class. Like, there shouldn't be beef with making an investment in that.
That's my whole point with it, though. I do not think this is a strong quarterback class. So now if we are going to, like you said, it's a gamble either way, because if it does not work out, now I believe Brad Holmes goes on the hot seat, because now Goff's gone. We took Jameson Williams. I think it is going to be fine, but that's still just a huge question mark right now. So if Stroud doesn't work, when you could have gotten a defensive centerpiece, and now you're probably going to be lacking the defensive talent that you need when you have C.J. Stroud, I just do not think it's worth it.
Before you kill us with boredom, I'm joking. That was really mean to me. You weren't killing us with boredom.
I'm trying not to get too emotional.
No, you're good. You're good. You're doing a good job. Honestly, you really are. I'm proud of you. I let you go on, but there's a hole I could have poked in that right away, because you said you lose Jared Goff. That's the other part of this that I feel like the people in that camp are forgetting. Like, no, you don't. You had Jared Goff for 2 more years. And if C.J. Stroud's not him, you could kind of put yourself in a similar situation that the Patriots did with Jimmy G and traded away a backup quarterback, or maybe even Trey Lance this year.
Now, Lucas, throw everything away, because before we go to break, I want you to
answer. Trash,
no,
son.
because I want Lucas. No, because we're beating around the bush. We're letting him off the hook. I want to ask you, what's your plan then? What is your plan? You don't draft a quarterback at 6. What's your plan with Jared Goff, the future of the Lions at the quarterback position? Lay it out for me, Lucas. You're Brad Holmes. What are you doing?
I think if we draft a quarterback now, if we take Stroud, Goff is gone. I don't think there's going to be a situation where we keep Stroud and Goff together, so I will give you that. But I have seen time and time again years where you can get a decent bridge quarterback if it does not work out, because I think somehow Jared Goff would be able to maybe take a lower price to stay with the team just because of the situation he's in. But like you said, there are time and time again where you can draft a quarterback, get you through the season.
I'm sorry, I didn't know if I heard you. Did you say Goff's can take less money?
I think he would be willing to take less money.
No, Lucas. You can't say I think. You can't say I think. What is Jared Goff going to do?
He was already.
He's not going to. You can't say I think he'll take less money.
Okay, let me just get straight to the point then. Okay. I saw Brad Holmes jump up 20 spots last year to get Jameson Williams. I think if we need a quarterback, I have all the faith in Brad Holmes. Even if it's not a Drake May, Jameson Williams.
So you want?
With the talent that is around us. Mm-hmm. C.J. Stroud and a Caleb Williams, Drake May, he would be the 3rd best quarterback in my opinion. So he's going to be in that top 15.
Is there a gamble with taking those guys too? Like, wouldn't you say?
100%. But
so you want to burn? Hold on. Because we're playing the same slot machine. All right. I have one token. Mm-hmm. You can put it in. You can play the game. You can take a gamble on a quarterback. Or I have to give you 5 tokens that you can just use on other players to win money on other slot machines to take that same gamble. You tell me you want to burn the 5 tokens versus just the 1? Like, why would you burn more draft capital to make the same gamble? Especially when this
on potentially not the top. Let's be honest, Drake May, Caleb Williams. I don't think they're going to be there, Lucas. So you're trading up for the 3rd, 4th best quarterback.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I don't know.
Money.
I'm saying the Lions are in a very, very good situation, and if they're
right now, Lucas, they are. Right now.
Let me finish. And what I'm saying is, if you take C.J. Stroud, and you are thinking he's the safest quarterback, so that is going to make him the Lions an instant 10, 11, 12 win team consistently, I'm telling you, that's just living in a fake world. Like, it's not going to happen. So now if you're going to say that you're in safe hands with C.J. Stroud, who's going to be a Dak Prescott, a Kirk Cousins on a low, you're going to be stuck in mediocrity.
Right.
I'm willing to risk.
You're talking about living in the real world, talking about Jared Goff taking less money.
I do not want to be stuck in Matthew Stafford year again.
I love you, Lucas. You've disappointed me, but your delivery is better this time. The delivery is better.
I'll take it. Believe me later.
It was trash. Check out Believe Me Later. I think I was in there. Jeff, you got to make an appearance on these.
I plan to. I definitely plan to.
When we get back, it's time to beat up the other party of Believe Me Later, because we do have to go to break briefly and talk about Big Boy.
Let me tell you about Big Boy, because, listen, I may not be a big boy, but I'm hanging with the heavyweights today, and you got to get over to Big Boy. Check out their Strawberry Fest, because it's back. Try classic breakfast items like some strawberry hotcakes or mouth-watering red velvet waffles. But if you're not feeling breakfast, try the strawberry bacon chicken wrap or cool off with the refreshing summer splash salad. Check it out at Big Boy.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms with trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals, where they beat all competitors by $5.
$5 hairs.
$5. Juicy J can go and give himself a nice tan for just $5. Don't forget to pick up Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Calton, and Swedish Beauty Lotion. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, darkest tans. Y'all know where to go. It's ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
I think Chris, man, he looking bronze in there. I think he been at Chili Peppers Tanning.
Chris looking bronzy?
Man,
maybe the bronzy.
Took a trip down to the Jersey Shore.
Well, I got the wave in the hair today.
See?
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, with my guy Jeff Fife Freddy. We got young Chris, JB Smooth. During the break, you made a great point that I forgot.
Yeah. Well, it was just kind of based off our last discussion. I love having these conversations with people that are opposed to taking a quarterback. And again, you can decide who you like and who you don't like. That's fine. Like I have guys I don't prefer. But if you're going to tell me that taking a quarterback makes no sense, I love flipping it on them and being like, okay, well, tell me your plan. Like, what is your plan? And you know, you have Lucas saying
and
things
magic
like,
shit happens. Oh, Goff takes less money.
Yeah, there's like
you easily trade up to number one to get the best quarterback prospect. Since
it's like no, it's not how that works.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to live in reality. The constructs of reality, and reality is quarterback's the most sought after position in all of football. So if you assume you could just trade up because you're the Lions, I have something to tell you. If the guy falls in the draft, Easy, correct me if I'm wrong, if a guy falls like a Patrick Mahomes, there's going to be some guys that are also trying to trade up for that player as well. Like, even when Mahomes came out, the Saints were sitting there ready to take him, but the Chiefs trade up and got him. Like, you're not going to be the only suitor for your potential franchise quarterback. So that's why at 6, it's a free pick. I don't want to say free, but it's a Rams pick, essentially.
Yeah. Free pick.
Why not take your quarterback? Like,
you made another great point too. Is like
doesn't make sense.
The comp for Stroud a lot of times has been Jared Goff, which I disagree with to the point where, like, I think Stroud's kind of clearly more athletic in my opinion. I don't know if Am I the only one that sees that?
What? I'm sorry.
That Stroud's a little bit more athletic than Goff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I've always had that comp. But if you tell me I have a similar skill set as Jared Goff, like you said, this is the point you made, on a rookie deal, then I'm taking that. And
The fact that you have to say it slow, to kind of
just to help them understand a little bit.
Yeah, no, I understand. And I think a lot of people would agree. I mean, the polls in the chat, and a lot of people picked CJ Stroud.
By that too, by the way.
And you're surprised?
For the poll, because the Michigan fans in there. Maybe a lot of people also just hate Jalen
only
Carter.
concern, if you want to say, well, he goes to Ohio State, it's like, okay, but if CJ Stroud played at Alabama, he'd be number one. Like, he'd go number one. Is that the biggest stigma, is the Ohio State thing?
Well, that's an awful fucking argument, too. Tell me the great quarterbacks that came out of Texas Tech before Patrick Mahomes. Alabama won the most national championships in the last decade. How many great quarterbacks come out of Alabama?
Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing.
Like, take that and shove it up your ass. Peyton Manning out of Tennessee. How many great quarterbacks out of Tennessee? Can you guys?
I don't. I'm out. It's a brain fart now. See, this is what happens.
Brady out of Michigan. Michigan. Oh, wait. Like, the school doesn't matter. Shut up with that shit. I hate that argument.
I don't mean to. I think two guys just actually took our picture outside the window.
Our picture.
Yeah.
Really?
All right. Well, you know what? I don't know. Anyway,
Chef
not to distract the conversation.
I think he's taking a picture of himself.
Oh, he's definitely filming himself. Booner, we invited you on the show. We didn't want to get in too much trouble.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Huh?
You didn't get to talk as much in the show. Like, what'd you miss out on that you were fired up about?
The Jared Goff stuff and the CJ Stroud that Lucas talks about.
Yeah,
I do a show with Lucas.
That's
it is one of the most infuriating things that we talk about this CJ. Like, if CJ Stroud falls to 6,
yeah.
Like, you saw the videos last year of Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell and Sheila all clapping. That's going to be the energy you probably see in that room. Clapping. And like, they've told Jared Goff has said, like, they've had conversations with me.
Yes.
If there's an opportunity to upgrade my room, that we're going to do it. Like, he knows that. And it's like, CJ Stroud doesn't have to play next year, but look at a rookie deal. What would it be at 6? What, like $30 million for 4 years? You extend Jared Goff next year, that's $45 million every year for the next 4 years. Like, that price difference is, am I wrong? Like, that's insane.
No, yeah, I mean,
it's a $100 million price difference that you can go spend on Penei Sewell and Amon-Ra and James Houston and C.J. Gardner-Johnson if he wants to stay. And, like,
yeah, I mean,
easy
just say it like it is. I mean, the
explanation.
NFL isn't Madden. You can't just turn off the salary cap. I mean, it's on. Like, it's on permanently. So you gotta maneuver around it.
And the NFL is a quarterback's league. You're constantly looking for that superstar. Like, every year you look at the odds, right, for the Super Bowl. Every single year, it's the teams that are at the top have those star caliber quarterbacks.
Yes.
And you're constantly looking for them. Jared Goff, obviously, he's a good quarterback, but he's not that star caliber that's going to keep you contending unless you have a massive team around him.
And I've
pay
always
him,
said,
and you don't have that.
I've always said, Jared Goff is a good quarterback. Contract, not so much. That's why we said if you can get a good quarterback on a rookie deal, then I'm all for it. Like, I could stack the team up just like LA did when they went to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff.
Bingo. And Brad knows that. You don't think he does?
I mean, the Eagles did with Jalen Hurts this past year.
Lucas Klotz, yeah, by the way, 2 NFC championship teams, both on rookie deals. Check that out. Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts this year.
Wild.
Yeah. But Lucas Klotz says CJ sits, ... He ain't taking you to a bowl in 4 years. Lucas.
Why'd you even read his comment?
I love you. Because I want to address it. I selfishly want to address it.
No, go ahead.
I'm not even going to lie.
2
before we go. 1. How? Like, I would never, even though I don't like Anthony Richardson, I'm not going to sit here and say he will never win a Super Bowl. I think that's an ignorant thing to say before a guy even plays. Number 2, by the way, he doesn't have to win in 4 years. It's preferable, and you're probably going to be at the peak of your success in that 4 years. But let's be honest, if he's better than Goff, then I'll pay him. Like, it's not that I'll never pay a quarterback. I just want to pay the right quarterback. I want to pay a guy that is going to overcome things, not a guy you'll win with. You'll win because of. And we don't know if CJ is a guy you'll win with or win because of. And to say he is or isn't right now is stupid to me. Like, although I'm not a fan of Anthony Richardson, I'm not going to say he'll never win a Super Bowl. I think that's ignorant. I do. To say a player will never win a Super Bowl before he even enters the NFL is just, I don't know.
Yeah, that's wild.
You're throwing it at the wall and seeing it if it sticks.
To say I guess you get. I mean, that's how you get clicks.
For clicks, yes.
Yeah.
But if I want to be like,
Yeah, not for you. There's a comment
Yeah,
over
no.
Sports Chat by Cartier. And I'm going to ask you this question, Jeff. I'm curious how you answer it.
What's up?
He's saying, so there's no chance that CJ Stroud could be a bust?
You said CJ can't
He's
be a bust?
asking, yeah, he says,
oh,
so
yeah, of
CJ
course.
can't be a bust.
Yeah, no, of course, there's always a risk. But the point we're making is you got to risk it for a quarterback that is up there that is up there in rankings. Like, for example, if Trevor Lawrence was a bust, do you think the Jags are mad? Yeah, they're mad. But guess what? He was Trevor frickin' Lawrence. I'm not saying CJ Stroud's Trevor Lawrence. But what I am saying is, if the prospect is if he's that highly rated, you're willing to take a chance. Like, it is what it is. They can all be busts. Hell, Jalen Carter could be a bust. But I'd rather risk it for the most important position on a football field, and the most valuable thing in the NFL is a quarterback on a rookie deal. I'm risking it for that. And at the least, if he's Brock Purdy, hell, Brock Purdy just went to an NFC Championship game. So if he's Brock Purdy, we're good. Like, he doesn't have to be Patrick Mahomes. That'd be great. But, like, a bust is just, I don't know. No one's saying they can't be busts. That's not what we're saying. They can be a bust. But I'd rather take a chance at 6 than next year trade up and get someone in the teens and hope they're not a bust. I'd rather take a quarterback in the top 10. We went through it. Most quarterbacks in the NFL, top-tier guys you would pay, top 10 picks. That's how it works.
And
just outside the top 10.
I can't say for sure, but I mean, like, CJ Stroud's the safest bet. The odds are he's going to be at least, like, good. And again, good on a rookie deal gets you far. You've seen it with Jared Goff.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
And, of course, for every Josh Allen, Herbert, Mahomes, there are Zach Wilsons, Josh Rosens. That's how this works. That's why the quarterback, it's the hardest thing to get right in sports, let alone the NFL. But that doesn't mean teams stop taking them. Like, the 49ers take quarterback all the time. They traded up for Trey Lance, but they still take quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They're a pretty good organization.
One more thing, too. To the oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Go.
To the rookie contract point. And I don't want to disrespect Jalen Hurts, but one solid year of, like, elite-level production made him the highest-paid quarterback. Like, people thinking Jared Goff's taking less year out of your fucking minds. But also,
he shouldn't.
The pieces they were allowed themselves to grab. They're talking about A.J. Brown. They went and made a trade for Robert Quinn, Hargrove, Sue, Reddick, because Hurts was on that rookie deal. And they 1 year without those pieces, Hurts was like, your boy Adam said he'd be out the league.
Yeah.
He said Hurts would be out the league.
He did.
On that rookie deal, you can afford to put a couple pretty pieces around him, and then he's in the Super Bowl, in the conversation of MVP of the league. That's what the rookie deal builds, those types of teams for you. Again, it blows my mind people don't get this concept when Jared Goff literally is a beneficiary of the same scenario. And then you see him give the contract. Next thing he goes, he's fucking traded. They're done with them.
Right.
Matthew Stafford won the Super Bowl with the Rams. They paid him. Now a big fat cap hit's coming. What's the news this offseason?
Letting go a lot of guys easy.
Matthew Stafford on the trade market. It's just I don't get you see this shit clear as day and just like have anything else around it. I get if you don't like him as a prospect, that's fine. But the philosophy of just taking him, it's worth the risk every time.
I'm with you. Yeah, you can have who your preferences are, but to say drafting your quarterback is idiotic, it's stupid. But thank you guys for having me today, man. I had a blast. Heavyweights. It's the move.
Series predictions. Fuck game predictions. I want series predictions before we go. You guys cool with that? NBA?
Yeah, run through them. We go Knicks, Cavs. Give me Cavaliers in 7.
Yeah, Cavs in 7. Cavs in 6. Chris?
Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6? JB?
Wow.
Cavs in 7.
Booner, you want to answer?
Knicks in 7.
Okay, next series. I don't have it in front of me.
Clippers Suns? I don't have it in front of me either.
Okay, I'll pull it up.
Clippers Suns? Suns.
Yeah, give me Suns in 5.
Chris?
I had the Suns in the final, so I'm rolling with the Suns. Suns in 6, not changing it.
Booner, who was your original pick? It was the Suns.
To win the finals?
No. Like Suns versus Clippers.
Oh, Suns. Yeah. Right away. Yeah. KD and Booker.
Lucas. I mean, are we surprised? He was talking about the Clippers. I'm just kidding. JV?
Suns in 6.
Suns in 4. Right? Is that the video?
All right, next series, Celtics Hawks. They're cleaning that up.
Sweet.
Yeah, sweet.
Go around the room.
Yeah.
Bring the brooms. All right.
By the way, two-guard system over there not working in Atlanta. There's 2 talented guys.
Trae Young is 5'3".
Yeah. Shoots great.
5'3".
He's not 5'3". You said you want to beat him.
Hey, we do have a beef. Remember that one video? I do got a beef with Trae Young. Anyway, moving on. Nuggets, Timberwolves.
Sweet. Yeah.
Sweet. All right.
Sweet.
Put the brooms out. We all agree.
Yeah.
All right. And then we'll go to the West. Kings, Warriors.
Fuck.
Give me
Kings.
Warriors in 6.
6?
Yeah.
Warriors
They're
in
coming-
6.
6?
Yes.
Whooping.
They're coming back from 0-3. You guys know they're going down 0-3, though, all right? Like,
No, they're down 2-1.
It's 2-1. They're down.
2-1.
Oh, that
They
game.
won
Draymond
the
comes
game
back.
last
Yep.
night.
Am I on drugs?
Yes.
They won by like
You're
20
on it.
last night.
Yep.
Oh, that's the one. When I said I wanted to go see the game last night, I was talking about the Suns one. I didn't know they were playing.
Who you got?
I feel like a fucking idiot.
You said Kings already still?
Kings. Yeah, give me
All right.
Kings.
I go Warriors. I go Warriors in 6.
Yeah. I'm sticking with my pick before the series started. Warriors in 6.
Warriors in 6.
All right. And then last series, 76ers, Nets.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See you Monday.
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Oh, we didn't do Lakers. The Lakers.
Oh.
Chris.
Give me GOAT.
Wow.
Yep.
Give me GOAT. Give me, I'll say,
Come on, Jeff. You know the right answer.
give me
7.
GOAT in 6.
That's
All
right.
right. Give me the Lakers in 6.
Lakers in 6. They're gonna win it on their home floor.
I don't fucking know, man. This one's tough. Memphis, I think a lot of people forget. Like, that's why I put that. I think I put it in the group chat. Oh, you don't check it. That's why I put the bet on Memphis to beat Lakers last time. Because last year, the championship Warriors struggled with the Memphis Grizzlies without Ja. They're still good without Ja. Lakers always disappoint me. LeBron lost the game. We fucking broke the fucking record.
I know.
I'm gonna go against the grain. I could be wrong this one. Give me the Grizz. Grizz and 6.
Grizz in 6. All right, there you have it.
Booter.
LeBron, the GOAT.
All you need to say.
Lakers in 6.
There you go.
JB Smooth.
Give me the Lakers. I hate to say it, but just give me the Lakers on this one.
All right, guys. How cute do I look in this dispo hat? Let's be honest.
Data Davis.
Mid.
I'll see you guys. We're out. Hey, we're about to be on Mount Chalet. Pull up. Grab some drinks. We're heavyweights. We out.
Deuces.